Welcome to Let's Connect. I hope you're hearing me out there in the radio world. All right. I hope you're hearing me in the radio world. All right. So we're just waiting on my co-host to come on in. We're running a little bit late today. So, all right. So enjoy the music. You are tuned into Let's Connect. All right.
Just like birds of a feather, I won't tell no lie. All of the people around us, they say, can they be that close? Just let me state for the record, we're giving love in a family dose. We are family. Hey, I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Sing it to me. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Living life is fun, and we've just begun to get our share of this world's delight. High hopes we had for the future and our goals in sight. We know we don't get depressed. Here's what we call our golden rule. Have faith in you and the things you do. You won't go wrong. Oh no, this is our family jewel. We are family. Sing it to me. I got all my sisters and me. Sing it to me. We are family.
Hello, hello, Miss
Hello, 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 my dear.
We were just playing a little bit of music. My
All right.
So I was letting everybody know we kind of running late. Thanksgiving tomorrow. Everybody doing
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope that somebody saved a little bit of time to hang out with us today.
While they're cooking or preparing for that Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
you know.
While you guys are hanging out and you got your families over or but the thing is, I think today is the travel day for most people,
Yes.
so they might not even be
Listen,
cooking yet and all of that stuff. They might just be traveling. So,
that's
but
true.
if you are still, pop us in your ears and keep it moving.
Because you know that we do have an app. So there's no
Yes,
excuse not to listen to us on Wednesdays.
no
No
excuse.
no excuse. Because we have an app. Just download the My Turn Radio app on iPhone or Android.
All right.
I think we sent out the link
We
before.
we we
Maybe
might have.
maybe we need to do. I need to put that link
Mm-hmm.
so everyone can have us with them 24/7. That's what we want.
Yes, or they can go to My Turn Radio to get the app, right? My Turn Radio. Is it myturnradio.net or myturnradio.com? Which one has the app? Do you know which one?
My Turn Radio, myturnradio.net.
.net.
Dot,
Okay. Right.
dot.
So,
And actually, you know that Alexa work. I think Alexa. We work with Alexa, so you can just
okay.
Alexa tune into
Okay.
My Turn Radio. I don't know if that's how it works because I don't have Alexa, but I'm just assuming. Alexa, tune in.
Okay.
No, put me on to myturnradio.net.
There you go. There you have it. So go and you get Alexa to hook you up,
For real.
because you say, Alexa, play My Turn Radio.
There it is. See, I don't have all them fancy thing. Nope.
Yeah, I have it. I have Alexa. So I've got to go check it out. Not that I love the Alexa too much, if I'm really being honest with you, because I just don't trust AIs too
I
much in general.
Alexa like Siri, like I'm like, hey Siri, dial such and such. Hey Siri, who plays that song? I love that. Siri have attitude with me. Oh, when I say
Siri
hey
have
Siri,
attitude with you.
yeah, when you say hey Siri, she doesn't say yes, or like you'd say yes, Andrea. What you say? That's how she answers me.
Really?
Seriously, I say,
Really?
hey Siri, like
What?
seriously,
Siri's got an attitude.
got attitude with me.
She needs an
She sure.
attitude adjustment. Okay, Siri? She's
That's
got
it.
attitude problems.
Yep. Yes. So,
Oh well.
what are we today?
Well, just if you could turn up your volume as much as you can turn it up, Reese, just to make sure everybody out there in Radio Land, hello, hello, everybody. Make sure
I'm
that
sure.
they can hear you nice and loud.
I hope so. I hope it's not a
And
repeat of last week with the crazy.
right,
When I thought I was talking, and,
right.
um,
Already you sound better than before, so we need to have a full, robust sound coming out of your mic.
okay, well, I hope that you're getting the robust sound.
You're so silly. So silly.
Oh me.
Oh my goodness. Yes, ma'am. So it was looking kind of good today weather-wise, but now it's starting to get dark just suddenly. It's like, what happened?
I fell asleep. Okay, and
You fell asleep.
up, and I'm like, oh my god, it's 2:30. Like
What?
I've been fun. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, maybe it's just, listen, when you're tired and you don't get enough rest, this is what happens. That's the result. So you need to go your bed at nighttime.
I can't. I try, but I just can't. And then in the days, I'm like falling asleep. Like I'm,
Then you're exhausted when you're busy and have so much to do, and that's when you're falling asleep.
girl, I'm around the computer bucking like, like
Yep. Yep, that's what will happen. And then when it starts to hit a certain time of the day, forget it.
yeah,
It's just you've lost that battle. You've lost it.
yeah.
Well, my dear. So, everybody, we're just chit-chatting and just kind of giving you all a chance to come join us, sit down with us, check us out, say hello to us, whatever you got to do, get yourself comfortable, find you a little spot to
Yeah,
relax
because
and check us out.
this topic is like so. I can't wait for today's topic. I want to
Listen,
jump
that
into
must mean you have a lot to tell us, Reese.
no, nope.
That must mean you have a lot. So I just don't understand why you're so excited about this topic if you don't have anything to share.
Because I like to hear people business.
See, you see, nosy,
Oh, Z, no shame. Love hear people business.
nosy,
I should have
just
been in the third.
nosy,
Just want to hear the people business and how they dealt with it.
just nosy, being Miss Nosy. Oh my goodness. Well,
Nosy Parker.
hopefully, everybody, we are asking you guys to call us, share your stories with us. As you know, today's topic is dating disasters. So we like to do just a fun segment every month.
Yes.
When we do our shows, we bring you a lot of heavy content and speakers, etc., and just stuff that you can learn from, and whatever is affecting you, something that will help you to heal, etc. But once a month, we like to just talk.
Yeah.
Okay, just chat. It's light and it's free, and we're just chatting. So today, this is what we're doing, hon. We're doing dating disasters, and we just want to chat with you. So we want to hear your stories. But remember, if you do call us and you do join us, keep it clean. All right, we're on the radio. We have very, very many different people who are listening. Tell us your story. We don't need all your gory details. All right.
What gory details in the dating disaster could there be? Seriously?
Oh, come on, Reese.
No,
You know what we're talking about. See, listen, dating disasters, we're talking about disasters that could go bad. And I have read about some disasters. I have heard about some disasters,
you have
and
never
some
been
of
to
them,
a disaster date, have you?
what?
Have you ever been through a disastrous date?
Why are we talking about me? You're the one that had all of this anticipation and all of this stuff. So I'm coming here today, and I already told you, you are not going to get me into this. I already told you, I'm here for you, hun. So
Why?
spill the beans,
Why
spill the tea, Miss Reese.
stuff?
I'm here for it. Okay.
You have juicy stuff that you keep to yourself, and that's not fair. That
Well, you're not sharing anything. I
I,
want to hear your stories.
I
I don't
share.
have no juicy nothing.
I don't have no juicy stories about that disastrous dating. I really don't.
Oh my goodness. So you just sitting here hoping that people will come and share us their stories. Is that it?
Wait, so the show is based on me then?
Yeah. You wanted this. You couldn't wait for this. You were like, yes. So I'm like, ooh, we're about to hear something really hot from Reese.
Oh Lord,
Now
it
here you come talking about I want you to spill the beans. Girl, please.
it happens. I'm sure it happens because I had people. One person texted me yesterday telling me, "Oh, um, she ghosted somebody. That was a disastrous date. She didn't turn up on the date.
Yeah.
He didn't turn up on the date."
Yeah, so that's a form of that's dating, and that's what I keep telling everybody. That is a dating disaster because if that person is sitting there waiting for you and you just never showed up, that's a problem.
Big
And
problem.
I haven't experienced that before where I showed up and no.
I've been sitting on trying to figure out if I've ever had a date that went bad, and I
I
can't.
don't know. I don't know, but this is not the topic we're talking about right now. We're talking about
Date.
scams, right? In our wow today.
Yes. Oh yes.
So we are talking about what's affecting us today in our wow segment. So we wanted to just, it's not long. We just wanted to remind everybody this is the season for all of the scams. So online scams, telephone scams, all different types of scams. We want you all to be very, very cautious.
I don't.
And
When it comes to the scams, I just don't understand how people can get caught up with the scams based on when you hear certain things. I just can't. I
because
really.
sometimes sometimes we're not paying attention. We have busy lives, right? Everybody is busy, and some scams are so good, honestly, Reese. They're so good that people will call you and they have certain information. I was talking to a friend yesterday, and my friend said, I went to the hospital and had a surgery done or something or the other, and the hospital called someone from the hospital. They called from the same number, this and that, or the same number that looks like it was the hospital number, and said, oh, we understand that you recently had a procedure done at the hospital, this and that. So but I don't have all your records in front of me right now, and I have to complete them, so I need to get your social security number, blah blah blah, this and that, the other. So stuff like that, you're getting a call from the hospital, you just go ahead and give them your information. And they should have already had that. So if you're not vigilant, okay, and carefully paying attention, you'll just give that information because you see that it was the hospital calling and they have some of your information. Yeah, it happens. It happens. But I want to tell you about this funny, oh, that made my day. So
Okay.
yesterday, I'm laughing already. Yesterday, I keep I guess you would say it's a landline phone, but it's not really a landline anyway because it's through the cable company, but it's a house phone.
Okay.
So I keep it for emergency purposes or whatever. So it's been ringing off the hook these days. Just scams. It's just and telemarketers
Okay.
just ringing, ringing, ringing. Yesterday it rang. I was on the phone with a friend and I'm home with my family and the phone rings. So we're all hearing this conversation. I picked up the phone and this man is on the phone. He says, I'm calling you about your electricity bill.
Okay.
So I said, uh, and you know me, Reese. So I'm like, oh, you're calling me about my electricity bill, really? So right away he didn't like my tone because that's all I said to him. I said, oh, you're calling me about my electricity bill, really? He didn't like my tone, so immediately he got prickly, and he was like, ma'am, listen, I said I'm calling you about your electricity bill, all right? I'm trying to help you. I said, oh, you're trying to help me with my electricity bill? So, okay, sir, go ahead. Tell me what you want to tell me.
Wow.
He's he ripped into me. He started calling me, I'm this stupid, this and that. He called me every name in the book. And the more he got upset, is the more I was laughing. Girl, I laughed so hard. I called everybody. I was like, y'all, you need to come listen to this phone call. You won't believe this man is cussing me out on my phone. And everybody was listening and laughing. And the more we did that, is the more angry he got. He was so mad. I got a cussing yesterday from this man who's calling me to help me with my electricity bill because he wanted all my information.
Oh my God. I've never ever gotten a
And
call.
this just happened yesterday. It was hilarious. I laughed so hard. And then he hung up on me.
But of course, you're right.
Because how dare me not give him my whole information in my life? How dare me? And I'm the stupidest, and I'm the nastiest, and I'm the this, and he called me all kinds of names. I
Man,
laughed so hard it made my day.
I really I've never actually gotten any
And
scam.
this poor man is trying to scam me, and all I can do is laugh.
Talk about it all the time, like the Jamaica Lotto, the Lotto scam in Jamaica. That
Yeah.
I heard them talk about that. But if somebody call you and tell you that you have to give them money to get the Lotto, whoever sent the money serve them right. Cause that don't make no.
No, but remember, there are also a lot of elderly people, and those are the ones that they usually prey on. And I'm very particular. I have an affection for the elderly.
I do
You
too.
know,
All
I'm
right,
particularly keen on the elderly, and I don't like the fact that people prey on the elderly
because
because they're home. I'm sorry, go ahead.
they know that they're weak.
Yeah. Not necessarily they're weak. These people have lived a long life.
When I say
They're
weak,
tired now. A lot of times they're home. Like I used to work with the elderly because I worked in healthcare, and a lot of these elderly folks, they're home. A lot of them don't have family, or their family have moved away. Some days the phone doesn't ring. They don't hear a voice. So when there is this one person that they hear that voice,
that's why I
it
said
just
they're weak because they prey on them because they know. Listen, I watched the show American Greed. Do you watch that show? That
no.
show that I'm telling you, all scam of scams. That's where. If you want to know about scam, trust me. And they prey on a lot of these old people that have their house already, and these old people are giving them this money and all of that, and it's sad. It's really sad.
Yeah, of course, that's what they do. These older people sometimes they're not as
It's
they're
sad enough.
not paying attention. They're not understanding that it is a scam. They think that somebody really cares about them. This person really cares about them, and they forget that you have to think. And a lot of these folks, they have, not all, some of them have dementia, or they have other types of illnesses, so they're not like altogether cognizant or aware of everything that is taking place. And these are the people that are getting taken for a ride.
Yeah, and it's really sad.
Yeah,
I really hope that I don't fall in that trap. I hope that nobody that I know fall in this trap, and that we are, like, we really are, what's the word, conscious when these people call with these, because them good enough. They're good when it comes to get,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. I remember, I'll never forget the very first scam call I got when I came to this country, like many, many years ago when I was really young. And I answered the phone and this man was on the phone and he was asking me a whole bunch of questions and I was answering because I didn't know. So I'm answering all his questions and then the questions took an absurd turn. It was so inappropriate, so
What,
bad. Huh?
a scam call? What he scamming you for?
No, no, he was just a pervert. That
Oh,
wasn't a scam. He was just a pervert. But back to the scams. It just always messed me up. Ever since then, I always remember that call. It was terrible. It was my first experience. But the scams, there are online scams going on right now, especially now around the holidays. Everybody needs to be really, really careful. Do your research as well. I know several news stations did a couple of news pieces on what you should look for. And what they're doing now too is if they're calling you on the phone, they're using phone numbers that are like of your same area code, so that you'll pick up the call to talk with them.
uh-huh.
Or just, and a lot of times when they're calling you as well, if you're answering like yes to some, don't say yes over the phone because it's like giving permission. Don't ever say yes or yes, because oh yes, you said yes, so you gave me permission to do whatever. But a lot of the online scams right now, because you're using your credit cards and your debit cards and all of that, and one thing, it is safer to use your credit card to purchase something because at least the credit bureaus, the credit companies have a little bit more controls. The purchases go through them.
And you know what? My cell phone, I don't. My cell phone company, I don't know if yours do it, but they will let you know if it's a scam risk.
Yeah.
Because I get on my phone, it will say scam risk. I don't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Mine says scam likely. So, but that's a great thing that they're doing now. They never used to do that, but now they're doing that. So that's great. I think it's fantastic. Because as soon as you pick it up, you see it, you're like, yeah, you're on guard, you're on your guard. So that's good. But the online scamming is what's important. And it's coming through when you're making your purchases. Be careful of what you're buying. And a lot of times, and don't click on any links unless you know who that link is from. It's a trusted source. Don't click on any links. It
right.
could be a virus and it takes you somewhere else. It reads the data automatically. It gets connected to your device. So be very, very careful, everybody.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
So
we're all shopping right now. Well, not me, but everybody's shopping and we're buying this and we're buying that. And, a lot of us are not going out. So a lot of online shopping is happening and you're using your credit cards and your debit cards and all of that. Use
your
your credit card instead.
your credit card.
Yeah. And if you're not sure about a particular company, whether they're reputable, and try to buy from reputable places. All
Yeah.
right. And if you're not sure if they're reputable, what I've done is I go and I Google them and I put the word scam behind their name to see if they were ever affiliated with any type of scam before.
And also, there's another way too. If you go to a website and it
Mm-hmm.
has the red where it says this is not like a true website, or it will tell you that this is likely a scam website, don't go,
Mm-hmm.
don't enter. Once you see the
Right.
red writing on there, because that happened to me a couple of times, and I don't go in there, but it will
Yeah.
let this is likely a scam.
Yes,
So
that's true. Another big thing you just reminded me when you said that is when you go to a website, make sure, and if you're going to be using your card or putting in any personal information about yourself, make sure the website is a secure site. And you can see that when you go up in the bar area that has the address of the site, it has to say HTTPS. The
yeah,
S on the end of that indicates that it's secure. If it doesn't have an S, it is not secure, and your information will be gone in the blink of an eye.
yes, it will. Yes, it will. So
Yeah.
that's our whoa topic for today. Scamming. Be careful of that, especially in the holidays.
Oh, yes.
Alrighty. So we're now to the topic of the day.
Okay, I'm gonna let you take it away, ma'am, because you're so excited. You're making my excitement go up, so I can't
Oh,
wait.
and I don't have any stories.
Really?
But
How dare you not have any stories?
yeah, this is you. I really thought that you were gonna come in and like give us a little something, but anyway,
Who are you talking about? Have you met me? Have you met me? Have you met me?
oh, we want to welcome our guests, our guest today, Miss Wintress. Hi, Miss
Hello.
Patrice. Hi, welcome to Let's Connect. How are you?
Hi there.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome. So finally glad to see you. I know I have been chatting with you a lot offline, and I'm
Yes.
Carol, and this is Reese. So
All right. I'm
welcome.
Wintress Patrice. So
That's my name.
thank you for
Hi,
having
Wintress Patrice. Do we call you Wintress Patrice? Do we call you both names together, or is
you
that
could
how we
just call
refer
me
to you?
Wintress. We're having a good conversation, so Wintress is fine. Yeah.
Nice. I'm so excited that you're finally here with us to chat with us a little bit. So, before we go into our topic of today, and Reese, relax yourself, Missy.
Well, actually, I have someone that's want to call in about their story. So hey,
I know it's Kelly, right? Is it Kelly?
uh, no,
Okay.
no,
All right. So before we do we have them on the line?
no. You go ahead. I'm gonna get her in while we talk.
No, because Wintress, I would love for you, you're Wintress Patrice. I
Hmm.
would love for you to give our audience right now and everybody, I hope you are sitting down. Go get yourself something to drink, put your feet up, relax. We're just going to chat, like I said before.
Man,
Throughout the entire month, we do serious topics. And right now, today, we're just doing something a little bit more relaxing. We're just chatting, okay? So call us if you have questions, if you have comments. You know, Reese is like, oh, chomping at the bits to hear everything about this
I want to hear
today.
people's business. I want to hear what.
She can't wait to hear your business, nosy. So, Wintress, if you could give us a little introduction on who you are and what you do.
All right. Well, I'm Wintress Patrice. I do a lot. Mainly, what I do is I do life coaching for what I like to consider your daily and your digital life, especially now in 2020 with the pandemic hitting the way it did. I find a lot of people really need help learning how to transition what used to be their normal daily life, whether it be their work or, having their kids at home and having to homeschool them and having to get really up on tech really fast. That can be
Yes,
overwhelming for people. You know, as parents, sometimes it makes you really question yourself, if you can even handle all of this. So it's really helpful to have a life coach there to help you to navigate that, to teach you the things that you need to know pretty quickly so that you don't feel so overwhelmed, and to even teach you how to schedule different digital events so that they fall in line with what you were naturally doing in your daily life. So
right,
that's pretty much what I'm doing right now, and really dealing with the emotional part that goes with that, because when we start to move into a more digital space, we have access to a lot more people, but a lot more people have access to us as well,
Right.
you
right.
know. And a lot of times we find ourselves looking at other people's lives and wondering, well, how can they do all of this, and really wanting to compare ourselves. And
And sometimes they're not doing half of what they say they're doing.
exactly, exactly. And so that's where, a lot of times I will come in because I can see things, because I do this. I'm a content creator. So I can see things that are, really, really they
True.
look really natural, but I'm like, I know that someone edited that, so I can break things down in a different way to really help people understand that you really shouldn't be so hard on yourself, because a lot of what you're seeing now is edited or staged, or
Yep.
people just lying, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But you have to love yourself in every aspect of what you do in your daily and your digital life, which means that if you're looking at things and it's making you feel a certain type of way, you need to ask yourself, not how are they doing that, but why is it making me feel that way? And really start to reflect on yourself so you can start using your digital experiences and your digital triggers to start to know yourself better.
Okay.
And if you're
Very
a
good.
parent, that will help you, because then you can start to help your children. They also, even though they're growing up in this digital age, they still need guidance. They still need support. And if you don't know how to do it for yourself, how are you going to help them with it? If you're still
Right.
looking at people that you went to high school with, looking at their lives and feeling bullied sometimes by the comments that they're making, how are you going to help your child deal with what they're dealing with?
Right.
Indeed. Indeed. So I want to chat today specifically because we had talked about that, Wintress Patrice. You weren't here for that episode, but we did chat about that a little bit in terms of social media today and what that looks like, and the fact that everybody gets on there and remember, and they go on, let's say like Instagram or even Twitter or whatever. It is a snapshot in time of what's happening. So there are people who could be so depressed.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know this because then they just put a smile on and then they go and they snap a picture and then they post that. And you're buying into this false
Right.
narrative that says, oh, look how happy I am and look how great I'm doing in life. And then the next day you hear that, oh, this person did something horrible, like they committed suicide or whatever. We can't fathom why, because oh, they were so happy, their life was
Right.
perfect. So it's not true, and we need to, I'm glad that you said that, because we have to constantly remind everybody, do not buy into that. It is
Mm-hmm.
not the a reality, it is
That's
not the
right.
truth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So with that also, I want to chat a little bit about the whole dating experience, and this will play into it as well because we see so much
Mm-hmm.
stuff posted on social media as well, and their dates look fabulous. I want to chat about, is it appropriate, or what, when is it appropriate, or what is appropriate, about your dating experience or your dating life or whatever, to post onto social media. I see
Mm-hmm.
people post some stuff. You just dated this person, or you just went out with this person for one time.
Mm-hmm.
How are you like
Oh, and they're on
what?
there. You met them.
What?
You met them a minute ago, and they're on Facebook.
It's amazing. It's like, how do you put, maybe I'm just a little too cautious or a little too private for
Live,
stuff like that, but I'm like,
be wild. Be wild and live.
yeah, right. Oh my goodness. But I would love to, if you stick with us a little bit, Wintress, and maybe we can hear some stories on dating, because that's really what Miss Reese is here for.
Oh, I'm
She
here not for
she
tips.
is here for it all.
I'm here for it
So
all. I'm here from Wintress, what you think, all that.
All right.
yes, but
Just
I want to hear from some of our audience members
so we
who
have Debbie. We have
we have Debbie,
from
and then Wintress, if you could give us some tips,
Sure. I
because
got
you
you.
are a life coach,
Yes.
with experience in all of these different avenues. Because specifically, I then want you to chat a little bit about tips on what we should be doing better,
Mm-hmm.
or if something occurred or something did not go right, maybe a better way to have done something, or if someone had a bad experience, how should they deal with that? So
Right.
that's what I'm hoping for from you.
Okay.
So Debbie, hello, welcome.
Debbie. Hello.
I think she has us on mute.
Oh, she's muting us. Let me. Oh,
Hi,
hi.
there she is.
Can you hear me?
Hi, welcome. Can you hear us?
Your
Oh,
mic.
she's hearing.
I don't think her mic is on. Hold on. She's connecting.
Her mic is on mute.
Hold on. I'm asking her to unmute it.
Let me unmute. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Ah,
Hi, how's everyone?
Hey, Debbie. How are
Hey.
good.
you? Welcome to Let's Connect.
Good. It's very interesting. It's very interesting that you have this show today.
Why?
I can. So I just put up, oh, my mic. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Can can you hear me?
We're hearing you.
Oh, you can?
Yes.
Yes, I am actually good.
Okay. Debbie, are you
Yeah,
hearing us?
I can hear you fine. Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead with your story now.
No, so I just had a call from this guy that I haven't spoken to in about. Can you hear me?
Yep, we hear you.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to him in about 10 years. And it's funny, I actually went on a date.
Okay.
So I went on a date to Outback Steakhouse. Yeah.
Okay.
So I went to Outback Steakhouse.
I think we're having some trouble with the audio. Are
The
you
audio is
hearing
like
us?
delayed.
Are you okay? So that's what's confusing you
Just
because,
talk. Don't. Are you
but
listening?
we're hearing you just fine, my dear. We're hearing you just fine.
Don't
So,
listen. Don't listen on the radio. Just talk. Because you're gonna have a delay.
right. Don't listen to us on your radio. That's gonna
Yeah,
give you a
that's why.
delay. Okay,
Oh,
so
so
just keep talking. We
should I
can hear
try
you.
doing call in?
No, just don't listen on the. Don't listen on the phone. Just talk, Debbie. Debbie, listen, Debbie. Don't listen to us on the radio. Turn it down and just talk. Just talk to us.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so just talk.
So we went to Outback Steakhouse. I had a little red flag, so I said, "Let me drive and I'll meet you there." So we met there, and we were having great conversations. And I noticed that he was ordering a lot of expensive items.
Uh-huh. Okay. Come on, girl, bring the story. This is juicy. I want to hear it.
Yes, to the phone.
Okay. So he ordered a lot of expensive items, and I ordered my stuff, and I calculated what I was ordering because I had funds to pay for my items.
Okay.
So the bill comes, and I know he didn't look at it or anything. And then he started to feel his back pocket. And I was like, man, I think I forgot my wallet. So I went ahead and I went to the restroom and I told the waitress, I said, listen, I have a gift card, pay for my stuff, whatever's left over, keep it for yourself, have a good day. I'm gone. So I snuck and went home. So about 2 hours later, he's like blowing up my phone. And it's crazy. And then a couple weeks ago, he started to work at the same place that I worked at. So it's very awkward.
Wait,
Wow.
wait.
So never
Wh-
again.
Wait, so let me get this right because we were having a little issues hearing you 100% also. So basically, if I can summarize real quick, Reese,
No.
Reese, you got me laughing. Debbie, you are funny. So you went on this date with this man. You both went to the Outback
Right?
Steakhouse. He ordered a whole bunch of expensive food, and then
Yes.
he started like feeling his pocket, trying to say that maybe he doesn't have enough money, right?
Yes.
And then you kind of, because women have intuition, and Wintress Patrice, you can tell us about that in a minute. I'm gonna let you talk. We have our intuition, so you pretty much knew that there was something not right about this guy. So you excused yourself, and I'm repeating this for our audience who may have had trouble hearing you. So you excused yourself, went to the bathroom, caught the waiter, paid for your portion of the meal,
Wow.
right? And then you left, right? Is that it? Oh, she gone. So yes, she left. Right, Debbie? Is that it?
That
Okay. And then later on, it turns out He was calling you, calling you, calling you, and now he started working at your same place where you worked, right? Oh my goodness gracious.
That is
So
funny. That is too funny.
let me ask you something. Do you still work at this place with this guy, or you no
No,
longer work there?
no, no, I'm no longer there.
Man, I would be like,
Yeah,
listen here. That man there don't go on no date with him. If he asks you for a date, don't go, cause he gonna give you the bit. What?
But she didn't know, Reese, that he was
right
gonna
on that
stiff her
Monday.
with the, yeah. She didn't know. She just thought she was gonna be going with,
That's
somebody decent.
always
But I just, to me, no, no longer work there. I was just surprised because as a man, if you have your wallet in your pocket or not.
yep.
Especially if you're gonna go on a date.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
ordering all this expensive stuff.
I know that they won't eat it on a normal if they're going out by themselves. That's what I hate. What is it that when you go on a date, you know you don't eat shrimp and lobster. You're allergic to it. But when somebody invites you, oh, I want shrimp, I want lobster. Why? Why do they do that?
So so the Wintress Patrice, I am so eager to hear your take on this juicy little bit of
Exactly.
story that took place, and what should do you think that Debbie did the right thing?
Okay. Well, I think the first question that I actually have for Deborah is, you said you already had sort of a red flag going off. That's why you drove. So what was that initial red flag that what made you want
Well,
to drive?
because he was a little too smooth. So I didn't want him to come pick me up and be stuck in a situation. So I wanted to drive, to, have some type of control. So drive my own vehicle, meet you there. So if it goes wrong, then hey, I can drive away.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm,
All right. Well, that was good that you followed your instinct on that. I think that, um, a lot of dating disasters, not from my personal experience, because I haven't had a lot of those, but from a coaching perspective and what I've coached to other people through, um, is that a lot of times we fail to pay attention to the red flags going into the date to begin with. If something feels off, we all have a special gift as women. If something feels off, whether you're an empath or not, you notice something is not right. And if you continue to proceed when the first red flag comes, then in your mind, while you're trying to enjoy the date, it's actually impossible to enjoy the date because the whole time you're waiting for the second red flag.
right.
And in your case, you were looking at the fact that he was ordering this and, he was patting his packet. So there are situations where, for me, if I have to talk myself into a situation, I already know that if something's not right and I just stop. I've learned over the years that that is so much more loving for myself, not to put myself into that sort of a stressful situation, and especially when it comes to dating, there's already enough stress on going out on a date because you want to be your best self. You don't know what you're really getting. So you have all of these thoughts and all of this anxiety going on. But
Yeah.
again, if you've already had one red flag before you've actually gone on the date,
We always tend to ignore the red flags.
mm,
I
exactly.
I can attest to that. We always say, you know what? But I'm telling you, man, that gut feeling,
Hmm.
people, if you have that feeling, follow it.
That's right. Follow it the first time because, like I said, if you have it the first time and you proceed with whatever the situation is, if you're trying to enjoy yourself, you're not going to be able to because that gut feeling is only going to get stronger. You're not going to be able to focus on whatever it is that is supposed to be pleasurable because you're looking for and waiting for that other shoe to drop.
Man,
So then that's almost not fair in a sense. I'm playing devil's advocate.
Hmm.
Ladies, don't kill me. So from the man's perspective, it's like almost not fair because to the man, because then he says, wait, there's no way I can succeed in this date because you already like trying to look at me with the side eye. You already coming into this thing looking at me like, so there's no way I'm gonna succeed in this, right?
Well, actually, that's exactly what I just said. Because if you followed your red flag the first time, you wouldn't be sitting there.
Exactly. True. It's true. But I always, when I used to date, I used to bring my money. I always had my little backup money
Hmm.
because I'm always like, you know what? Just in case this fool want to act
Right,
washing no dishes, and
right.
I'm
I
gonna
do the same thing.
always bring that money.
Yes, that's a great idea. You always should. And in any dating situation, that's definitely what you should do. You should always be prepared to, handle your own,
Yep.
because that's just the day and age that we're in. But, just I was just speaking on her particular situation that, when you get the first red flag, you sort of have to follow it. But, had we been in a different situation where you didn't have a red flag and you still went on this date and that was happening, then I would say that, again, you did the right thing, because then that whole ordering thing would have been your first red flag. And at that point,
Yeah.
you decided to take action, which is you loving yourself. And that is the basis of everything that we need to do. If we act and we speak out of love for ourselves and everything that we're doing, things tend to turn out a whole lot better.
Yes.
Yeah. I like that you said that, when she acted out of love for herself. I really like that. That's important. So for everyone who's listening right now, don't feel bad to speak up for yourself
That's right.
and to look for those red, pay attention to them, because a lot of times as women, and I know I've done it in the past, when I was younger also, so we make excuses sometimes. We're like, oh, maybe it's not that bad.
Hmm.
And then it just goes on, and then they take advantage of the situation. So I love that you said love yourself. It just means that you love yourself enough to stand up for what you believe in, to
Right.
stand up for yourself. And Deborah, she got up out of there.
Right. She did the right thing.
I don't know if I would have been so nervous. I would have been so. Were you scared to like get
No.
out of there without him knowing? Like, how did you feel when you were doing that? Oh, you're on mute,
I
Deborah. You're
always,
on
I
mute.
had my little gift card. And again, with the red flag, when he was doing not just ordering all that expensive food, but all those drinks as well. And when I order, I calculate this. I have this money. This is what I'm ordering. This is what it's gonna come up to. This is a tip for my waitress. I
Yep.
already have that pre-planned in my head. So when all that stuff he was doing, I'm like, I hope he's got some money to pay for it. But it was crazy.
Man,
Yeah. So what was I wanted to know, the other thing was, what did he have to say when he was trying to get in touch with you afterwards? Like, what could he
You
possibly
know what?
have to
I didn't.
say?
It was like that whole weekend. So when I went to work on Monday, hey Deborah, how are you? And I was working at Lowe's at the time, so I had my vest on and everything.
Hmm.
I'm like, I'm good. Oh, by the way, in case you wanted to know, my kids came and brought the wallet. I'm like, that's nice, and that was it. You just kept it moving.
Hmm.
It.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
it wasn't awkward for me or anything. I was just, I should have been really pissed because
surprised you weren't, because knowing how you are, I'm
yeah,
surprised.
I know. Because, my brother was like, a man, when you have your wallet when you leave your house,
Hmm.
Exactly.
right? Because you got all your ID in there. When you sit down, it's like you're constantly feeling it.
Yeah.
So I just didn't
Yeah.
buy that I forgot my wallet crap.
He just wanted to see if you were gonna pay for
I
it.
think he wanted to see if I was going to pay or treat him,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
not
And that
this
is
girl.
What?
That's what I was gonna say next. I was like, a lot of times when that happens, they're really trying to see how far they can go with you.
Right.
Because had you been like, oh, don't worry about it, I got it, you can
And
get
that
it
that
next
wasn't
time.
happening.
Then next time would have been the next time, and you'd have found yourself in a
Right.
situation where you're like, why didn't I listen to myself when I heard
So,
that first red flag?
right.
So what if you
so
had come
you
and said, what if you come to you and said, Deb, when the bill comes, it's split in two, and said, how would you have felt? Huh?
Split in two?
Yeah.
No, sir. No. Uh-uh. No, that was because for one, this is a date I'm going on, right? This is a, it wasn't even like a casual date. It was just, would you like to go have dinner? And I met you there. We had great conversations, but the
He,
way you were ordering all this stuff off the menu, there's
mhm.
no way you're gonna ask me for half. Because his bill, I promise you, was over like almost $300.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, because like you said, you're ordering lobster and steak.
He was.
No, you stick with
So
chicken because you can't afford lobster and steak. That was just a bit too much.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he was just going overboard with all that ordering stuff.
yeah, and you know what? It's like that's an indication, like you just said, Wintress Patrice. That's an indication of what's to come with this type of person. And if you allow him to get away with that, what's going to happen the next time? Is this person then, gonna, it's like you have to set a standard or set your standards, right? For
Right.
what you will and will not accept.
Right.
I can't imagine. I've got to tell you that I don't know that I would have disappeared the way you did.
Carol,
I don't know because I've never faced that.
Carol would sit down and be like, "Listen here, that's not nice what you're doing."
I probably would.
I went to the bathroom, paid my thing, gave her a little tip, and went on my way. Cause I don't know, like, what could I have said to him though? Cause I was pissed, and to me, that was just a safer way to just not cause a scene,
So
not
how
act
did you
crazy.
leave
Just
without him seeing you? Is there a different exit or something?
oh yeah,
How
cause
did
where we were seated, we were like way in the back, so you couldn't see the front door. So I've been to the restaurant before. I know the layout of it. I just went to the bathroom, went around the bar, and went out.
That was good. That
I
was
would
So
have felt like I was
Right.
sneaking out.
It's like a movie right there.
listen, when I got in the car, I was like, "Woo!" I just went home. It took him a minute because he didn't call me like 2 hours later. I guess he thought I was feeling bad and I was stuck in the bathroom. I don't know.
So he didn't call you the
Uh-uh.
whole weekend.
What happened?
He didn't call you the whole weekend
He
to
called
find.
me the entire.
Okay.
Oh, wait. That's not even the bad part. So he actually had the nerve to, when he left message and stuff, he thought we could have gone to a hotel and just get to know each other a little better. Now, mind you, this same cat that don't have a wallet.
But you
But how
was
you have plans for hotel?
you you had money signed on your forehead, man.
Wait, wait, and isn't this the same person? Did you say you guys had not had contact for a long time
No, yeah,
before
no,
that?
I said he actually called me the other day.
No, before that date, right?
Oh, no, before the day we actually met at a club before. We exchanged numbers. So
Okay.
we talked for a minute and then we went out to dinner at
Okay.
Outback.
Oh,
Okay.
And I suggested the place because I had a gift card for Outback. So that's where we decided to meet and go on this date or whatever. But he went beyond the day. He had hotel and all this reservations, but you had no money to pay for food.
well, you dodged a bullet, didn't you?
I know.
See? Yes, I did.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Funny.
I
Carol,
I have no words.
you wouldn't leave Carol?
I don't know. I would
But
have been
wait,
trying to
but
resolve the
Reese, I actually
situation.
have gone somewhere where somebody wanted to do Dutch. So that was fine with me. But if I'm gonna go Dutch or whatever, you and I are friends because I'm not dating nobody and going Dutch on nothing.
That's what I was asking. Like, if he came to you and said,
No, but you know what? Because you really this it's so hard to go on like a date. You know, people don't know what a date is because sometimes you go with a guy, it's a date, everything is going well, and then they want to take it a step further. Like to me, I wasn't communicating with you that long for you to suggest we go to a hotel after.
right, men
Right. That is so inappropriate.
friend
I can't even imagine.
dating. Some, let me say some, not all. Some men just have a different outview of what a date is.
Hey,
Either
They
Want to
they
take
do.
you out to dance, and then we go to the hotel, and that's a date.
Well, I
But no,
think
you
that
can have good see, I can have great conversation with a person. This guy, I was talking to this guy for about, 3, 4 months, and great conversations or whatever. And then out of the blue, he sent me a dick pic. And that stuff just turned me off completely. Like it just came left to me. And it wasn't even that cute or that pretty. If you're
Okay,
gonna send something, make it be cute and pretty, you know?
that just hit
It was small and
Okay.
ugly.
time radio. Okay, Mama.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What? I was like, wait a minute.
That's a
I was like, wait a minute,
sorry,
girl.
let me
You
get
know
off.
you on the radio, right?
I'm sorry.
No, we are
I'm
across
sorry,
all the
listeners.
states in the USA right now, and people are you from work, from home.
That one was okay. Everybody was like,
We were like,
I'm sorry.
girl.
only on Let's Connect. We did connect today, right?
Okay, maybe our ratings just went up on that
Yep.
one. Who knows?
And so
Maybe we just got.
was I was watching night, watching last night Hollywood X's with Nicole Murphy and whatever. And she said the same thing. She said that a lot of men, younger guys, DM pictures of themselves. And she thinks it's so disgusting. Because why is it these men think that that has to happen? Why? How does that come into having a conversation? So I understand what you're saying, Debbie. It's ridiculous. Like, okay, and next.
But you know what you have to understand too. Sorry, Andrea, to cut you off. But you know what you have to understand too. A lot of this stuff, and I have to bring it on. Social media have a lot to do with this now.
Mhm.
You have to understand a lot of the girls when you run through Instagram and you see a lot of women. I hate to say this. I'm talking about a wipa woman. Get on Instagram and they're showing these pictures of themselves. They have to get validation. They must show. If you run through the just listening to some of the people them that comment on them, these guys, this is what they see. This is what they expect. Sometimes they can't wait to get home and hear about it. They can't wait to get home or get somewhere and sit down and they're on there and they're watching and they're looking at these girls.
But
Really,
right, but they need to
truly, they don't have really that much. No,
Uh-oh.
you see these same girls them out on a date or whatever. You want to
Kim, you kind of
respect them still. Me,
Kim,
eh?
you kind of started. You're not coming in clear.
No, you hear me now?
Yeah, hearing I think
So
it's
you
you.
understand? A lot of these.
You're having some connection trouble today, girls.
Oh,
Not me, Kim. Yeah, but
how that
yeah,
not be me?
Winter, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say that from what I was gathering from what she was saying, it actually goes along with what I was saying earlier about self-love. So a lot of times, people expect certain things on dates because they're so used to what they're seeing again on social media, like she said. And then they're even now experiencing where they're going out on dates with people who are basing their experience on what they saw on social media, not listening to their inner selves, not loving their selves, and requiring the love and respect that they need. They're going
Mhm.
along with the flow so that they can get that picture or
Yeah.
that video or whatever it is to validate, like she was saying, whatever it
Mhm.
is. So now guys are pretty much confused, or whoever it is you may be going out on a date with, because they don't know who they're supposed to be. They don't know if this is you, the real you, or if this is the digital you. Like there's so much stuff going on.
You know what?
Mhm.
It's true, but we as women have to set the tone.
Exactly.
Set the tone from in the beginning. That person would not have the audacity to do what
Exactly.
some of them don't care anyway. So
Right.
Right.
And so those, the way I see it is that people really have, if you're loving yourself right, then you're showing and proving how you need to be loved.
That's right.
And if you set the proper loving boundaries for yourself and those in your circle and around you, then they only have two choices. Either they can love you right, or they can go on about their business someplace. You
That's
Right.
know,
right.
when they understand that there are no other options, either they're going to get on board or they're going to leave.
Yeah.
That's
So it's up to you to always show and prove how much you love yourself, and not apologize for it or feel guilty or feel
that's right.
like, people are going to talk about me and say I'm stuck up or I'm this or I'm that. Because if they do, then they don't really need to be around you. If that's not who you are. Now, if that is who you are, then, you know, the shoe fits, wear it. But that's not who you are, then, you don't have to really worry about that. But again, when it comes to dating, these are all the variables that come into play. So when, like I said, you're worrying about which version of myself am I going to present, and then they're worried about which version of myself am I going to present, and nobody's really showing up as themselves.
In the beginning and the
Right. Exactly.
sweet, the honeymoon period. I'm telling you, that period. The red flag is right there in there.
For everybody, and everybody ignores them, and then later on they're trying to figure out why we're having issues. I didn't like this about you in the beginning. Oh, so you already knew that this was it. Why are we even here if you didn't like this about me in the beginning? I don't get it.
Try to think that it's going to change. They think that it's going to change after they marry them, and that's just not going to work.
I only,
That's what they keep thinking. They
but
think that it's going to get better when they marry them, and it doesn't do nothing but get worse. Let me
Hmm.
tell you something. A man, people don't understand, but men know when women are confident, when they love themselves, they know how to respect them in
Hmm.
that respect. It just
Exactly.
like you said, Mama. It depends on how you deliver yourself to them. I'm
Hmm.
telling you, because they will notice if you are a respectable woman. They can tell what kind of woman when you set that tone in the beginning. If
yes,
you're the way that you are, they can take you on a date and actually determine. I can tell this what kind of woman this is.
yeah,
Hmm.
They
it's true.
can tell. So if
That's
you're a
right.
type of flirtatious type woman, he knows that because he can sense that and the way that your behavior is. If you're a decent type of woman and you show yourself and you present yourself a different type of way, he knows what the lady is. So they're not stupid. Pretend like we think that these men are stupid, but they know. They see that you're always on your
Right.
phone all the time, and they see you and they see where you are. You spend
Kimmy,
Right.
Kim, you're but until she get unfrozen. Yes, that the honeymoon period.
Right. And
Always
also what she was saying about how, the people, when you're showing up when someone else is showing up, right, and you're not being yourself, and that other person, they're observing you, and they're not going to show their real self either. So you're
Mm-hmm.
doing yourself and them a disservice by not being yourself and loving yourself from the beginning. So I said the best thing to do is just to love yourself, to show and
That's right.
prove it in everything that you say and you do when you're around others. That energy is serious. You don't have to necessarily say a lot, but when you truly love yourself, that energy is serious, and people feel it when you walk in the room, and they treat you accordingly.
true.
That's
True.
right.
I agree.
Right.
So for anybody who's gonna go back in the dating world, better take some notes. It ain't easy out there. It ain't pretty, especially in the social media world. Okay, so Wintress,
Hmm.
during we're going through this COVID thing and whatever, right?
Hmm.
So what? How do you deal? Have you seen? What have you seen with dating? As far as I've seen a lot of shows where they're dating on Zoom now.
Hmm.
Meet the person on Zoom, or you're dating on Zoom, or having dinners, whatever. What do you think about that?
I think that right now that's probably the healthiest way to date, honestly. you know um and it actually takes out, to some degree, the sexual pressure that you would have on a physical date with someone. Like, she was saying in her story how they already had plans for what was going to happen afterwards. So when you're on a Zoom call, you don't really have to worry about that. So it takes a little bit off of your plate so you can really
Get to know.
ease into it a little bit more and show up as yourself more, instead of that I don't know what's going to happen after this. So you don't have to put all that energy into what's going to happen after this now, because you're like, after this I'm going to turn the camera off and I'm going to go eat some ice cream. I don't know. But it makes it a
Yeah.
whole lot better for you to deal with, processing even what was said during the day. As women, we're always replaying everything.
I know my girl,
Mhm.
she's gonna be taking down notes, Carol. Right, right, Kim? It's Carol when she on the road. So, so, hey, and she gonna write them down and then she gonna type them up.
Yes, I will come with my questions ready and my little notebook and everything, and I am recording everything. And who knows, I may even press the record button on the Zoom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's right. So
Yes.
I can revisit all the things that you said to me.
I would definitely push the record button on any Zoom date so that I can go back and reference not only what it is that they were saying, but also for myself. A lot of times when we're dating, we're so focused on what the other person is saying and doing, and we don't
That's
pay
true.
attention to what we're saying and we're doing.
But I
You
think
That
know?
is true.
I think it's a good idea with the Zoom dating now because you get to know the person,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
You get to know them on that level. As you said, no sex is involved because once sex gets in there, it complicates everything.
Yes. Yes,
That's
it
right.
definitely
And the good
does.
thing about Zoom is also you get to see the background. Like I try to, when I'm talking to someone on Zoom, I'm all nosy trying to see what's behind them, try to get a glimpse of what their house looks like. I do all that.
But see, that right there, sometimes that can get you into trouble because, if someone is scamming, and that was the other thing I was going to say about, Zoom and dating now in this digital age, is that you really have to be careful because this is like a scammer's paradise. This is, I don't know
Yes.
if there's ever been a better year for scammers than 2020,
Right.
especially in the dating world, because people are tired of being in there by themselves, or with the people that they're in there with. They need a change. So people who are scammers know this. They have set up that one little corner in their house, or
Yep.
where in their hotel room, or wherever they may be, in their jail cell, wherever they may be.
Yep.
They have set up that one corner to make it look in a way that is inviting to their prey.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
totally
and
agree.
vice versa. You don't want to show too much of your background
Hmm.
either. You see this behind me? We're looking at a white wall. That's what you're going to get.
That's what I was
Okay?
gonna say. And you see mine, I have the
Exactly.
privacy, so you don't see everything that's on my wall. You may get a little glimpse so you understand that this is not a fake place, but you don't get to see where you can read what's on my walls and see my
Yes.
family pictures. You don't get all of that.
No.
You hear that, Miss Deborah? Since you out there trying to scope out men's background.
Well, they can look at my background, and when they come, just come in and they'll say you're coming to pay money.
Oh my goodness. It's so true in terms of, so I was looking at something, some of the turnoffs, right?
Mhm.
During a date. What are some of the turnoffs? And I saw something that was some turnoffs for men, but as I think about it, it's more than just for men. It's a turnoff for men and women.
Mhm.
So one is talking too much. So I have been with people and it's all about them. And you're sitting there like, OMG, for real? You can't get a word in edgewise.
Like, uh,
Mhm.
you know, and they're so also bragging, right? They're
Oh God.
constantly bragging about how much money they make or how what their job is or this and that. That's a turnoff on both sides, not just for men, for women too. The other thing is boasting. You boast about all your possessions and what fancy cars you got and whatever, you know, worrying about your own wants, right? So you're showing, I think that went back, Wintress, Patrice, to something you talked about before also, worrying about your own wants, because you're not even concerned about the other person. You're sitting here on a date with someone. or maybe not on the first date or even second date, but you can't just worry about your own wants. And even that guy, Deborah, that you went on the date with, he just didn't even think about you at all. Here he is already making plans for a hotel room after the fact, where it's like that was his own wants.
Yep.
Okay, you did not figure into that at all. um and to the point of obsession. So these are all major turnoffs that I saw, and it said, these are turn off for men, but I said, wait a minute, these are turn off for women too, because I've met people that, and I sat there and I'm just looking at them like, really, did you really think this would work with me? I am so disgusted by you right now, and I just really want to throw up.
True.
And so the turnoffs are actually red flags as well, because if anyone does any of those things that you just mentioned, those are red flags of a behavior that's going to present later on that is going to be an issue.
My pet peeve is if I'm going on a date and a man talk more than me. Nope, I'm not.
Wait a minute. There are some guys who are talkative.
So I don't like the man who would chat, 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 man. No, let me get. If he talk more than me,
So what do you think they say about
Yeah,
the
if he
woman?
talks more than you, that's an issue and a problem. He can't keep his mouth shut, and it's going to be an issue down the road.
a man is not supposed to talk that much like a woman. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. So women are supposed to talk a lot? What are you saying?
Saying that we
No, they're not.
it's not a. That's what we chat. We chat. I don't want a man that talk like he like. Okay, I'm sitting here 10 minutes waiting to put my piece in, and he just going off like that, and I'm not looking. No, me not like a man. I don't like a man that talk too much.
Somewhere and you're
Maybe.
on the phone every second. Jesus. Mm-mm.
Like you just have some men that just love chat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you talking about, like she just said, on the phone? Like if he's wanting to talk to you all the time, maybe he just has affection for you. He wants to hear your voice.
You're
He
not,
wants to talk to you.
you're not supposed to have the phone like this with a man like this, and he don't even know that you're not listening.
Wow.
it depends on what he's talking about too. If he's talking about something that's really, a good conversation or
Yeah.
whatever,
If,
it's different,
if
But if it's just a pure foolishness and everything, nobody don't want to hear that.
No,
You know,
exactly. Ain't nobody trying to hear all that stuff. No.
how many times
saying
on the phone
be
you
having a good conversation and he wants to talk. He's just talking. I don't think there's anything wrong with that because I'm a person that like to talk. So me not like quiet man, but me not like man for just chat pure foolishness.
nobody can
God.
be.
Wow, these girls are rough.
Listen,
No,
I like to talk to Kim. Love to talk, and Carol love to talk. So Carol, you love talk. You want a man to talk more than you.
Well, it depends on what he wants to talk about.
All right. If he's
right.
something constructive, okay, I give it to him. Do you know how many times I've put my phone down, go to the bathroom, make some coffee, come back, and the person don't know that I have the phone?
So who y'all like that who chatting to you and everything? Andrew don't like to listen. Andrew don't like to chat. She love text and everything. To me, I think communication is very good. It's nothing wrong with communication.
I mean,
If you're
for
talking
me,
foolishness on the phone, you see the whole text business. To me, I hide people. I hide. No, me want to hear. Me want to hear what you have to say because I want to know exactly and everything. Oh, let's hear texting. Me hear when they come up with texting. God no, me not lie. I'll be a text. But when you want to talk to the person, that you can tell when they don't want to chat to you because they don't want. That is the most aggravating thing. So the thing about it is communication. If you don't have that communication and everything like that, that's where problems come in. Because if your spouse call you,
Wow.
here you go. Yeah. Well, oh God.
you know what?
Wow.
Want a
That's a-
full-fledged conversation.
Well, let me tell you something, Wintress Patrice. These ladies are passionate about this topic. I have never heard this much Jamaican come out of these women on the show before, ever. Okay.
Wow.
So they are passionate about this topic. Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Wait a minute.
I see where both of them are coming from. I'm not
Wait a minute.
a big talker, so I'm like, I don't want somebody that's just gonna be talking all the time. But the other thing too is that when I find myself in a situation like Reese was saying, where I can put the phone down and walk away, and I come back, and that pretty much for me, like I'm to the place in loving myself where I value my time so much, where you get one of those, and after that, we will be texting. As much as you don't like it, that's what's going to happen, because clearly it's not a two-way conversation. If I
Is
can put
something wrong
the
with the
phone down and walk
communication?
away, this is not a two-way
Mhm.
conversation at all. You just go on at it. You can text me, type it out, I'll read it. Like, I just have other things that I can be doing. If it's a situation where you're going through something and you need me to just listen to you, that's one thing. But if every time, this is just you naturally, and I'm like, oh no, it's not going to be another one of
And when you
these.
see the phone
No.
at the person call out, oh, Reese call, oh Lord,
Yeah, exactly. If it's one of those, then it's no, I love myself too much for that,
can't deal
you
with it.
know?
Yeah, yeah. It,
So you girls are okay with texting as part of the dating?
I don't have a problem with texting. I love
Works
texting,
for me. Let's get to the point.
but sometimes text can be taken out of context.
I know for me, I'm a very sensitive person. And sometimes, words can be misconstrued because when you're not hearing the person's voice, and I know for me, because of my style of writing, a lot of times people take it differently from sometimes what I've said because I write formally. And a lot of times people are like, what you trying to say?
Hmm.
So, and then I get in trouble. I'm like, wait a minute, I really didn't mean anything by it. I really wasn't saying anything. So that can be taken out of context too.
I
If
think you
you're
have
not
to.
hearing the person's voice.
Yeah, I think that you really have to think about who it is, who it is that you're dealing with. And if you're upfront with them, like me, I let people know upfront when I'm going to be dealing with them. This is how I work. This is how I'm wired, because I don't want to have a communication issue later on. And if you're going to have a problem with this, let me know now. So that way I don't do it down the road, but I'm being upfront with you and letting you know this is Wintress Patrice. This is what you're going to get. And if this is not what you want, or
Yeah.
this is not what you can handle, then okay. And then if they tell me that I'm not a text person, it makes me feel some kind of way. Or like even with you, Carol, I do sometimes I'll text and it'll come out in a way where I don't mean it to sound aggressive or come off in a certain way, but because I'm actually texting the way that I would write a letter, it seems like it's a lot more um, aggressive than what it is sometimes. And so it gets mixed up. So I think that you have to be honest with yourself and let people know exactly what it is that they can expect from you. And then once you
Yeah.
lay that foundation from the beginning, then you sort of avoid the miscommunication or the misunderstandings of, did you mean this or did you mean that? Because if I know that you're wired this way, I'm not going to text with you. Then I'm going to call you, but then you're also going to have to understand, because I explained to you in the beginning that I'm not really the talky person on the phone. You also have to understand that if I forego my texting routine and I'm
Yeah.
calling you to make you comfortable, so that we can work this out, you also have to be comfortable with the fact that I'm not going to be on the phone with you for an hour. We're going to have to get in here, get it over with, and get on.
Right.
Right.
So we meet in the
Gotcha.
middle
Yes.
So it's like you said before, setting those ground rules,
in the
right?
beginning. Yes.
That's so important.
And that
I
way you can
love that.
avoid a lot of disasters, and stay true to yourself. And you're showing them from the first date to the last that you love yourself. This is what I expect. If this is what I expect of myself, this is
What do
definitely
you
what I
do,
expect of
Wintress?
you.
Wintress, what do you do when you meet that person, right? You have
Mhm.
set, now, as we're talking, certain things are coming back to me, so I've had a few years to think about these things.
Mhm.
So now it's coming back. So what do you do when there is this person that you basically wrote a book and printed it and gave it to them to say, here it is, take it out every time I'm talking to you, here are the rules.
Mhm.
The rules of engagement are written and everything, and before every conversation we're going to go over them again. Okay, here it is, number 1 through 10, so that you don't forget. But then that person consistently throws out the rules of engagement. What do you do with that person who is so persistent? And it's like, what do you do?
What do I
Because
do?
they just constantly, I just want to hear your take on it,
I would do nothing.
because
I would do nothing with them. That would be the end of it. That lets me know right then and there, how you feel about me, my feelings, and what I've shared with you. If I've opened up to you, I've been vulnerable with you. I've let you know that I feel this way for this reason. And if you consistently throw those things out the window, you're telling me, you're showing, and you're proving to me that you don't care. So why should I care to invest any more of my time with you? I love myself too much to waste my time with someone who doesn't value it.
Right. Got you. So everybody else, for you guys who are listening, that is such an important point. Not all of you have experienced it, but many of you have. I know I have. And they just kept on throwing out. And every time they feel like there's an opportunity or there's an opening, here they come trying to get in the door again. And it's like, wait a minute, didn't I tell you this like last time we talked? Why are we going back to this thing again?
Mhm.
You know? So
Because they
you're
don't
right.
take you serious. They don't care. I know for me, if someone tells me something, I may not be taking notes on everything, writing them down, but I'm making mental notes. Okay, this person doesn't like this. I want to treat other people how I want to be treated. I want
Right.
people to pay attention to these little things. So I'm paying attention. So if I'm constantly doing it, I obviously don't care. I'm not going to keep doing that to anybody because obviously that's not what I want to be doing or where I want to be. If it
Right.
was, I would have taken the time and effort to make sure that I cared for their needs
Got you.
and not just my own. And that's what they're technically doing when they keep throwing your needs out the window and your requests out the window to make sure that they get what they want. They're only worried
Yeah.
about their self.
You're absolutely right. And again, those are some of the red flags, ladies
Definitely.
or men who are listening to this show, because we also have a lot of great male listeners who sometimes like to comment. We had one on the line, and I think, I don't know, he got a little scared and he left. But
He ain't gonna
so
ladies today.
yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm not getting in this conversation today. So he left. But just take note of what Wintress Patrice just talked about. That's just an indication of how much you love yourself and how much that other person does not. If they're really not listening to you, take a note of that and pay attention. And as women, we have excellent um what's the guiding systems,
Mhm.
internal guiding systems that we have, but we just don't pay attention to them, right? Or we always think, or the women who think that we can change men. There's so many of us who think that he'll change. What do you have to say about that, Wintress Patrice?
I think that, all right, to
Speak
some
to those
degree,
women who have that complex, that
to
issue.
some degree that may be true, that he will change. But that only happens when you change. You have to be the person that you need and the person that you want them to be. And you have to show them. And then if they truly love you, then yes, they will change. But they're not going to do it just because you're telling them you want them to. You have to show and prove that this is how I work. This is how I'm wired. This is how it has to be, you know?
Right. Okay.
So,
That's awesome. Um, I was looking again, I like to look for tips and bits and stuff like that when we have these conversations. So some pieces of advice, and we touched on it with Wintress Patrice, you touched on a lot of them already. I just like to sometimes go over some of them for our audience. And you guys, you can take a note of them if you'd like or not, but one is to like focus on the present, right? And not on the past. Because a lot of times, if you're trying to date someone, maybe it's not a disastrous date or whatever, but it can easily become disastrous when you're trying to date someone. If you're not certain following or laying these ground rules or following certain type of guidelines. Of course, spontaneity is good. We're not saying you can't be spontaneous, but there are certain things that will help the relationship along. Like one, focusing on the present and not on the past. I don't know how many times you talk to someone and they want to hear about all your past relationships. What good is that going to do?
Or you're bringing in baggage from the past, right?
Right.
or
Bad thing.
when you do that, one of the things that I've experienced personally, and that I've also coached other people with, especially women who have gone through a lot, or people, not even just women, but as survivors, a lot of times we want to share our story with people, and we feel like we need to share it, sometimes a little bit too soon.
Okay.
And sometimes what we're doing in those situations is we're not giving the relationship enough time to grow and to get to the place where you need to open up and share those certain things. And if you share
Mm.
those certain things with the wrong people, they then become weapons against you.
Yes.
Ah,
So we don't
yeah.
not to we should try not to share so early.
Exactly. Take your time. My experiences are like, it's like the gold mine of who I am. You know what I mean? And I'm not just gonna walk up to a stranger on the street and be like, "Oh, here goes some of my gold. Here goes some of my gold," because you standing there and you cute. No, like
Yeah.
before you get to my vault, you need to work. I need to know that I can trust you with what's in there.
True.
And I
And
think
that
Very
takes
true.
time.
because why we share so early is because we feel comfortable with them. They make us feel comfortable. So that it and that's not necessarily a reason to, but we tend to be like, well, I feel comfortable. I feel like I know this person forever.
Right,
And we
right.
tend to share a little bit too early when, you know,
And sometimes that is the case, but I'm all about, again, looking at ourselves and being honest and true with ourselves. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, why am I trying to share this with someone right now? And
Right.
is it that I feel safe with them, or that I want to feel safe with them? Because there
Right.
is a difference. Sometimes we meet someone and we want them to make us feel safe, and we feel like if we share something with them and
Yeah.
they react in the way that we want them to, that all of a sudden we've created that safety net that we were looking for, when
Right.
that's not what we've done. And they really didn't even want that.
Right.
And
Right.
you'd be surprised at how many times people become resentful for what you shared with them, because they feel as though you've now put them in a position that they weren't
Oh.
ready for and didn't want to be in.
Oh, wow.
uh-huh.
That's interesting. That's a good one. I didn't even think of that, but that's a great point that you just made.
I coach
Hmm.
some men who, I am a survivor of incest and molestation, and I've worked with guys now who have married and been with women like myself. And one of the biggest things that I hear from them is that once they hear that story, it changes them,
Hmm.
and they don't know how to handle it. But as a woman, as myself being in that situation, I know when I told the story what I was expecting and what I needed, not knowing
Right.
what I know now, that triggers something totally different in him or them.
Right.
So you
Okay.
have to also be considerate of the other person when you're sharing, because sometimes what you're sharing is too heavy.
Right. Too heavy, too early, too quickly. Right.
And sometimes you're
Ah,
just setting yourself up to get hurt, because like I said, you tell the wrong person the wrong thing and they will use it against you every time.
Yep.
wow. All right. That's another good tip right there. That's a big one. That's a heavy one.
Sure.
And I'm so sorry to hear that, Wintress.
It's
And
okay.
thank you
It's
for
why I can help
sharing.
people now, so I'm good.
Yes, yes. Another tip is, and we kind of touched on it with everything that you were mentioning, but just to round it out, is make sure that you're attracted to the person and not the idea of a
Hmm.
relationship. Because a lot of times as women, we are very emotional beings, and you know this very well. We're very emotional, and we want, sometimes we build these ideas in our heads like this perfect utopia. That's this is how it's going to be, and you see this person and all of a sudden we just pick him up and want to plop the idea of him right into this relationship, and perfection, when really that's not the case. So we
Right,
need to make sure that we're attracted to that actual person and not just the idea of some relationship that we're making up.
right.
All right. um Another one is, you talked about this already, so we're not going to go into it, but set your expectations. We talked about that a lot. Set your expectations,
And
you know,
boundaries.
and boundaries. and set them early so the other person knows, right? And another thing that I particularly like to is don't ever compare,
That's
right?
mm-hmm,
How do y'all ladies feel about that?
mm-hmm,
I know I have an issue with that. Don't do the comparison thing.
mm-hmm.
Compare.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Don't
their.
Hmm?
No, I said everybody have their own little. I don't compare. I
Yeah.
don't think I do, but everybody's different.
Yeah, everybody's different. So don't compare. I don't like it. I know that's a pet peeve of mine when people compare me, if they're comparing me to someone else that perhaps they've dealt with in the past or whatever. Whether it's good or bad, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to
Right.
know, because then it makes me start looking at you differently as well. Like, why are you doing that? Either you're some sort of insecure or petty person that you're sitting there nitpicking, and you're going to be nitpicking me in the future. I don't like the
Mm-hmm,
comparisons.
mm-hmm. Right.
Even if you feel like you're doing it for me as a compliment, oh, you're so wonderful, you're much better than my ex, or you're much better than my last. I don't want to know.
Right.
That's not a
Right.
good look.
Right. I feel like that actually is putting someone in a box. That's why I don't like the comparison. Like, don't put me in a box. I hate boxes. Don't put me in a box. And when you compare me to someone else, you're putting me in a box. You have no idea what I'm capable of. So how can you possibly compare me to someone else?
Right. Absolutely. I agree. Um, one of the points that I saw also, but you ladies, we talked about it already, and you all don't have an issue with it, but it says don't have important conversations over text. That is a no. I know
Again, I
this
think
week.
that that's knowing your audience too,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I know personally for me, big ticket items and stuff, I don't want to hear it over text because it just
Hmm.
makes me wonder, like, why couldn't you have told me this? You know, why couldn't you have just told me this? You got to text me this stuff?
Hmm.
All right.
Again, you have
And
to know your audience, because there are some times and some people where they're just not comfortable, and you have to allow everyone to be themselves. And some people just aren't wired to be that vulnerable in a vocal way.
right,
I know before we had text, I was the type of person that would sit down and write you a 10-page letter, even though I could have just sat there and said what it is that I had to say to you, because I was more comfortable with expressing what it is that I had to say with the written word.
right. Gotcha. Now, one of the things is communication is key, right? For any dating or relationship that you want to pursue, it says communication is key. However, it goes back to what we were talking about before also, communication, but you don't want to hear from this person constantly. But
Yeah.
so how do you ensure that communication is happening, but it's not an overabundance of communication? Is how to tell people, how do they walk that line?
Like I said, it's pretty much when you are upfront with each other in the beginning, and you let each other know, what your boundaries are and your expectations are and how you're wired. Then you guys can meet in the middle and find that balance together. It's going to take some time, but as you're going, you're like, okay, that was a little bit too much with the texting yesterday, or maybe that was a little bit too much with the phones. We could have left that last one out, and I just saw you when I got to the house. You have to figure out how you can, without feeling like it's an attack, so you have to be able to be honest, but not attack or feel attacked when someone is honest with you. So you
Right.
have to be open so you guys can find your balance in your communication.
Got you. This one is important too, where it says don't forget your friends.
Oh,
How do you all feel about that when you're dating somebody? Don't forget
always
your
tell.
friends.
You can always tell when a friend have a man or a woman. You don't see them. They don't call you. You know.
Once a month or once every 2 months to
Yeah.
meet up just as girls.
Yeah.
And our partner, we let our partners know, hey, once a month, that's my girl time, where we'll do a little weekend trip, or we'll meet at a restaurant. Just that one time is just reserved for me and my girls. Don't call. I'll text you. I got here safe. I'll
Hmm.
see you when I get home, but it's like uninterrupted, because you need that mental time for yourself.
Hmm.
But
I'm
you
sorry.
have some
I
girls.
work from home and it's needed.
Listen, some girls, they just like they got the blinders on. They don't see nobody on the side. It's just them and the other one apart, right?
Mhm.
So, which I don't agree with. I think we should all have girl time.
I know, Reese, you know how we do girls' time. Going out, doing something fun,
Yeah,
but it's needed
I
yeah,
for
think
your
that if
sound. I mean, for my sanity, anyways.
yeah.
yeah, if that's the
And
type
it's
of a
also
person
time to
you are, then
catch
you
up because,
should.
you want to know what's going on in your friend's life. And, you know,
So, some women don't think that way.
Mhm.
Plus, I would imagine too, when it says don't forget your friends, sometimes, you want to keep your friends close by because they will help to protect you. Because depending on who this person is, you want to have people around you, and you want this person to know that you're not alone. Okay, you have people around you who love you and who will be supporting you and who will be looking out for you. So, don't act a fool. Don't do
Right,
nothing stupid.
right, and
Be-
that's where it's very important.
Yeah,
Sometimes your friends will see things that you don't see because you're so in love.
exactly.
Hmm.
Because when you're in
Ex-
Google land and love land, like you don't see what
yeah,
other
Right.
people may see.
But you
right.
also have to keep in mind too that you also have to pay attention to what it is that you're telling your friends too, because that can cause problems in your relationship with your partner, because then they start to feel like, there's no secret room for you two, because
Right.
everything that they share with you, is then being shared with your friend, because that's my friend. Like, so you have to really pay
Well,
attention
It's
to
a
that as
balance,
well.
right? It's a
Yeah.
balance, like Deborah was saying, that you leave some time out every month or whatever
Hmm.
that you'll spend with the girls to make sure that they know that they are still included in your life, but you're not sharing every single
Right.
thing
And that's
and
what
every
you have to
single.
share with your partner, is that what you're not, so they feel comfortable, because, as a coach, one of the things that I see a lot with relationships is that trust issue there. And a lot of times the reason why there's a trust issue there is because people weren't upfront in the beginning about their friend time. If you're going into this and you know that you, like you said, once a month I need time with my girls, then you need to put that out there in the beginning and stick with that. Don't just switch up in the middle and all of a sudden, oh, now I got to go out with my girls. Because then they're going to be wondering, they're not stupid and they have feelings too. They're going to be like, well, why is this all of a sudden now you need girl time if you wasn't having girl time in the beginning?
I want
Right.
to back off of something that you said, Wintress, when you said, be careful of what you talk to. In my instance, it was my mom.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't bringing my business out there, but I went back in the day when I was younger and whatever, and I used to tell her everything, like, oh, if my fingernail broke, mommy, my fingernail broke. But what I noticed is, when I got over, like me and my ex-husband, we got into it, and I go over there and I, whatever, whatever. We made up now, right? And we good. My mom still have him up. Like, mom,
Okay.
Yes.
it's
That's
okay.
why I
Yes.
say you got to be careful what you telling them, because
No,
people that love you don't forget. You may forget,
That's
but
true.
they don't forget.
yeah. So
I
guess
got some people on my list now for something that happened with my sisters. Like, it's like,
so
I don't care.
I had to wean her off of that night. You know what? I can't do that because
Hmm.
you think that she in a relationship with him because she's like he hurt you and this is what you forget what he did. Huh?
That's right.
But
And
mom,
that's why I
Yeah.
say you have to be careful, because, sometimes people love you more than you think they do. And when they see you hurt, it triggers something in them.
Yeah.
So that's why, and I tell people, like my siblings, I always tell them, like, look, your personal business is your personal business. I don't want nothing to happen to you, but you need to be careful what you telling me about your partner, you
yes,
know, because some things can't be undone, and you may
Yeah.
forgive them,
but
but
not
I'm not.
Right. It's true. That's true. So you want to be careful at how much you share, and it's not fair to expect that just because you might be in a roller coaster relationship, or today you guys are fighting and then tomorrow you're good, that your family and friends are just going to switch and roll with you just like that.
Because
It
they're
doesn't
not.
work that way.
Mm.
No. And we have to be aware of that. Yeah.
Because then you
I've
want to
seen
get
that
mad
in
at
my
your family
family.
and friends later on. Like, why can't you just get along? And they're like, because of such and such. And you're like, well, I got over that. They're like, well, I didn't. They
Yeah,
still did
it's
it. That didn't
true.
change the fact that it happened. Like,
Yeah, yeah. My family, they do the same thing. And they're so quick to remind you, oh, did you forget what happened 10
hmm
years ago with blah, 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 blah? And you were crying your eyes out and da, da,
hmm
da. And you're like, wait a minute.
Oh, I don't even remember that happened.
yeah. Let them
Yeah,
tell it though it was one of the worst experiences of your life.
yeah. So we have to be careful of that and remain cognizant. Oh man, yes. All righty. So, my dear, both of you, Deborah, Wintress, we thank you
Thank
so much
you.
for chatting with us today. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much for sharing with us. You don't have to leave, not at all, because we welcome you guys, but I want to respect your time. If you do not, if you have somewhere else, another appointment to go to, feel free. If you want to stay, stick around with us. For the rest of our chat because we keep coming back and we keep chatting. But in case you have to go, please remind everybody where we can find your information so everybody can come. I loved everything you shared with us today. So tell everybody how we find you.
Well, you can look up hashtag I am Wintress Patrice on just about every social media platform, and you will find me. You can go to wintresspatrice.com, which is my website, and you can find me there, find some of my blog, my motivation, some of my podcasts there. But yeah, pretty much you can find me everywhere just by searching my name.
Yes, yes. So
Wintress,
remember,
I don't have that profile like you have. I'm just plain Miss Blue on Facebook.
there you go.
That ran away from the guy who wouldn't pay.
That's funny.
But I'm gonna run. It's getting kind of chilly here. I'm gonna go feed the 3 man dogs I have in the yard.
Oh, wow.
Until next time.
Thank you for
Good
joining.
night, everyone.
Yes.
All
Good
right.
night.
Thank
Thank you.
you
I'm going to
so
run
much.
too.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank you
Deborah.
guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thanks, Wintress.
All right.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. See, I told you it was gonna be good. Hello. I told you. So I hope everybody got some tips. Took notes. I know Miss Carol, she
Oh,
right
my
now.
cup.
Uh-huh. Yes.
You
Uh,
see it? Can you see it?
Yes. Sit back and relax.
Yes. That's what we wanted everybody to do today. Sit back and relax. That's what my cup says for people who are on the radio and you're not watching us right now. I'm drinking water out of a cup, out of my coffee cup, but it says sit back, not SIT, but SIP is in Peter. Sit back and relax. All right. So, Miss Kimberly, um, we're going to hop into our health and wellness segment right now. And I hope you take us off mute so we can hear your lovely voice right now.
Again? I don't know how to move again.
so, so we can hear you as
Well,
you share with us your weekly wellness wisdom.
you didn't hear me, but at least you saw me.
Uh-oh, now she frozen.
Uh,
What?
no,
Is
she not.
that me? Is that only me? Because you
Yeah.
guys are frozen.
Am I frozen?
No, you're not frozen to me.
Oh,
Carol is the only one frozen. But go ahead. I
okay.
can hear you.
Okay. You can hear me?
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
I hear you now.
Okay. I know some of us keep getting frozen and everything. I don't know. Something's going on with the internet or whatever going on. But anyway, lovely people out there. Good afternoon, good evening. What time is it? 5 o'clock. Good
Yeah.
evening. I'm Kimberly from Kimberly's Bam Spa and Boutique, also part of Let's Connect with a K. And I'm here with my lovely ladies, Carol and Reese. And today's topic with health and wellness. First of all, guys, excuse me because I've been very, very busy. I've been running around. I wasn't for sure that I was actually going to pop up. So I'm always running and give Reese this last minute thing and says, "Oh my God, Jesus, I'm almost, I don't know. I'm all over the place right now, whatever. So I try my best to make it and get here as quick as possible. So do what I have to do or whatever. I'll finish up with the client. So anyway, today I came up with what are good facials. I thought about it because it's cool outside. Here in Florida, I know that Carol is in New Jersey. Me and Reese is right here in Coral Springs, Florida, and the weather is chilly. And speaking when the ladies just come off, was talking about how chilly. I had to grab my sweater because it's been
Mm.
very chilly. The weather has been beautiful here in Florida. So a lot of my clients. So the best topic I can think of today, which I thought about, and it popped up in my head, was what are good facials for fall and winter. And right now, we need to know what we need to take care of during the time of this weather. Because right now in Florida, we're getting some cold air um, down here, which is beautiful. I love it. So going right into it and all, I would say one of my facials that I would say is seaweed facial. Seaweed is very good and hydrating for the skin. The ingredients that seaweed has several vitamins and minerals that penetrates deep into the skin that makes dry skin vibrant and hydrating. So keep in mind, seaweed is really good for the skin. So if you're also incorporating that in your meals, that's another way to get some hydrate and get your skin nice and hydrated. Besides going to a spa and getting a nice seaweed, see if they offer a nice seaweed facial. I offer it here in the salon. Aromatherapy facials also too. Those are something. Those are facials that can help you also into the winter time because sometimes the winter and fall causes skin irritation and itching. So I don't know if you ever felt when your skin is dry, you're always itching. That's all part of your body. If you've noticed that you always itching, scratching your body, that means that your skin is dehydrated. It's very dry, so it needs moisture into it. So you'll get that irritation going on. I've had clients that come in and have those issues, and when I look at it, I can see that. So that's how I know they need a nice hydrating facial. And right around this time now, this is what's happening. I'm seeing a lot of that, and especially with the mask for the COVID that's going on, that's really causing that problem around the mouth area. Here, you can see the dryness. I had a client that literally it was so dry and not being disgusting or anything. It looked like dry saliva on her face right here
Oh,
when she
wow.
asked. So I actually had a picture of that because she sent it to me. And I said, oh my God, we have to do things very irritated and look itchy and very dry. So you don't see it again after she came in for the treatment and all, but just to see that was a really, you can tell. So that's definitely what you get during the fall and winter. Oxygen facials are which one of my favorite facials. Oxygen facials, oxygen infusion facials. Those are really great. Major hydration to the skin when you're getting an oxygen facial. Usually you get that from a professional. When you go to a spa, you can get a nice oxygen facial. Unless the esthetician you go to, she has a cream or something that's oxygenating to the skin that will give you that extra hydration to the skin that actually put that moisture back in. So great for the fall and winter, especially up there, Carol, where you are in New Jersey. It's really cold, cold. Oxygen facials are awesome to really incorporate. So if you ever said, oh my God, it's cold, what kind of facial would I would like to get? Oxygen is one of the best ones at the particular time.
Oh, can you give me a quick thing about what does that entail?
The
It
oxygen.
sounds interesting, but yeah, but the oxygen facial, like what is it?
Well, sometimes depending on what type of oxygen facial is, you can actually get one that I'm getting the new machine. In here, it's not new and it's on the market. It's been out there, but I'm getting it's going to be new in my machine. But you can get just two different types of oxygen machines. So you have the infused. You have well, three things oxygen actually. Let me start off with one. You have the new dome thing that they're putting over now. I don't know if you saw it or anything like that, but it's actually like a big dome and actually incorporates oxygen. You literally get oxygen into the skin. So it's really putting you relaxed and it's like a breath of fresh air just breathing inside your skin. So nice and hydrating, nice and cool, and really oxygenates that skin. So it really opens those pores up and really powwow. So it really gets that cell turnover going and all. Then the other one is oxygen infusion, meaning some serums and all, different types of serums and whatever, and oxygen got infused into the skin. So if you're doing a particular type of treatment like dermaplaning, which I was going to bring that up anyway, and I'll just move. that up to number 3 right now, 4, sorry. So dermaplaning and nanoneedling, if you infuse that, which I do a treatment with nanoneedling and dermaplaning, infused with oxygen infusion, you're actually really getting that cell turnover, and that really helps with the hydration in your skin. So you're infusing your skin with hyaluronic acid, which is one of my top and number one hydrators when you're doing any type of oxygen infusion to your skin. So you can do that. And then there's another type of oxygen that you can also use on the skin also as well, is they have certain types of oxygen treatments, which is nice. I literally did one yesterday actually, and you actually, it's like a cream you put on and then it bubbles up on the face. You actually feel like little tiny things. It feels like something is crawling all over your face. It's bubbling, it's sizzling up and everything. And that's that oxygen, and it gives you bright and hydrated skin. So it really depends on what you're looking for and what you're getting when you go and see an esthetician, and if you ask her what kind of oxygen facial. So those are the different ones and all. But amazing hydration and moisturizing to the skin. Then also to my ultimate number one, also too, I have a lot of number ones. You keep hearing me say number one. My skin brightener facial, which is vitamin C. Well, you get, lots of hydration from vitamin C, um, brightening also too. So reason why I call it one of my number ones too, because you're getting two in one. You're getting that skin brightening, and you're also getting that hydration to the skin. If you have any type of dryness going on with the skin at that particular time. And then also too, you have collagen treatments, plumping, hydrating to the skin. Collagen helps also too with the hydration also to the skin too. So those are really nice treatments by plumping up the skin, getting that cell turnover and hydrating that skin. So when you have that plump and hydrated skin, those are great treatments for the fall also too as well. Enzyme treatments, another one of my favorites. And these are all treatments that can be done in a salon, or if you get a product, again, that has enzymatic, any type of enzymes in there, you're going to get that hydration. It's a great way to take your skin to flaky to fabulous. I'm going to tell you. Using a mask or a hydrating mask, I'm a big enzymatic person in here. I do a lot of enzyme treatments with incorporated with different types of treatments. So that major, I get my clients says, "Oh my God, my skin is so dry. I don't know what to do with it." And once they leave out of here, they look like they're very hydrated and plumped up and glowing and vibrant and everything like that. And they want to maintain that look and everything. So incorporating them, with different types of creams and serums to actually help maintain that and all. So you'll never leave out of here dry again, honey. Trust me.
Wow. Sounds
Never.
good.
Oh yeah. And then one more, you have lactic acid, which is my favorite. That's the one that I did this morning, a lactic acid facial treatment. One of my favorites, great exfoliator to the skin, and it great for hydrating the skin too. But it also is a brightening. But I use a strawberry rhubarb lactic acid, which is one of my favorites that I like to use, and I also use it here in the salon as well. So great treatment to hydrate that skin, and I figured it's a great time to do it now since the weather is the way that it is at this particular time. So ways to make your skin glow and hydrate it during the winter. You want to do things at home and stuff like maybe an overnight hydration mask. Again, and it really depends on the ingredients. It depends on what you're using. It's I'm putting together for December and January, and December and January. I am offering a couple of my glam picks holiday gift for anybody that spends over $100. And the reason why I brought that up is the whole kit based on hydration. So the 5 picks are my major 5 picks of hydration treatments and everything that they get to take home with them, and all that's actually going to help them hydrate their skin. So, great overnight hydration masks are really good to use and everything too as well. Moisturizing daily. I hear a lot of women that don't moisturize every now and then, or they're not using the right moisturizer. So it doesn't mean that you walk into Walmart or TJ Maxx or whatever, and you just grab any type of moisturizer. You have to know how your skin is. So again, I will always say, and it's not because I'm an esthetician, I think that everybody should go and see an esthetician that treats skin. So therefore, she can tell you and analyze, do a skin analyzation to see what your levels of your skin, your pH balance is in your skin. So to see if you're oily or you're dry, or and you can also describe to them and let them know, you know what, I'm feeling all the time very, very dry. I know when I do consultation, I like for you to tell me everything that you're experiencing with your skin. So that's how I know. Now I'm gonna do my analysis regardless, but I also want to know what you're experiencing, so that way I know where I'm gonna go with my treatment. And then I do my skin analysis and add whatever I'm adding to the treatment as well. So a great, and I always include making sure that my client has a nice moisturizing, hydrating moisturizer at the end of the session, and taking home one too as well. Limit the use of hot water and soap. Soap dries out the skin, so you definitely don't want to put any soap on your face. Limit the hot water. I know we always said that we want to use whatever and all, but warm water only, because it will actually help with that cell turnover, and it will help keep that skin nice and hydrated too as well. So not any
Warm
hot water.
water instead of cold water? I always wondered about that.
Well, here's the thing about it. The cold water and everything actually holds and seals everything in. So if you want to do a nice cool treatment at the very end, because I like to do that sometimes, and my skin feels really amazing, you can do that. But when you're cleansing your face, you want to do some warm water when you're cleansing. You don't want to wash your face with cold water. So you definitely want to use some warm water when you're cleansing your face and all. And then when you come out of the shower or after you finish, or if you're at the basin, if you want to use a little cold water, you can use a little cool water on the skin, so it keeps you nice and cool as well. And everything. So
Okay.
protect your skin from the sun. You still want to do that even though it is cold up there in Jersey. Here, everywhere, still protect that skin. But I would tell you, not using an oil-free SPF, I would definitely say use a SPF that's more hydrating for the skin. So you still get that, protection plus also that hydration to the skin as well. Hyaluronic acid, I think I brought that up too about the hyaluronic acid. That's one of my number one. That's one of my number one treatments. I love the hyaluronic acid. Um, because it's a great serum. It actually holds 1,000 molecules, and it will hydrate the skin, penetrate faster into the dermis layers. And also, that's great hydrated. One of my number one top treatments in here that I sell is hyaluronic acid. And also, it actually produces the one that we have produces the hydration, the hyaluronic acid that's in our body already. So it helps pump up that skin even more when we're using the hyaluronic acid. So that's a top serum in here. So you always want to include getting in hyaluronic acid. That's really good. That's really going to actually benefit your skin. That's a major, major. I sell a lot to a lot of up north people. My clients come from down. That's or when I mail up there too as well. So it's the hyaluronic
Okay.
acid.
But is that something you can go in the store and purchase, or
You
no?
can't, but depends on what you're getting out of it, because you can't just pick up any type of hyaluronic acid. Again, here we go again, as I say, the best thing to do is to go to a esthetician and find the right one, or try some different ones and everything like that when you go into the store, if you're talking to someone that knows about skin, and
Right.
find it out first and see. But I would not recommend a Walmart or CVS and all that kind of stuff. Definitely, I'm not going to recommend those kind of things, Walgreens and all that kind of stuff, to look for any type of skincare. And I'm just so sorry, I don't mean to put them out like that, but those aren't things that really going to help benefit your skin and all.
Right.
So I would
Okay.
definitely say other places. A humidifier is very nice too, also as well. That's great to have because if your skin is feeling dry all the time, it's nice to have a humidifier at home. It actually helps you hydrate your skin and all too as well. And I would say that's basically it for today as far as, the points of what are good facials for fall and winter. These things, should be incorporated throughout the entire year and all, but these are great for now. So some people out there don't know for sure what exactly should they do with their skin? So that's I thought about that and I said, you know what, this is a great thing to let people know at this particular time because we're now here. I would say Florida is more fall and you guys are more winter. You know, because we don't get the cold air and everything. But all of these facials that I said benefits for you guys up north and then for us down here as well. And that'll help hydrate that skin because when they're using oily products, oil-free products down here right now at this time of the year, their their skin is feeling very dry. So you got to change your moisturizer, even if you're an oily person.
Right.
Any questions, guys?
Miss Racy, are you with us? Is
You're gone.
anybody out there? Is anybody out there, Miss Reese? And did you just close up shop and go take a
She's
nap?
gone. Probably.
Reese's taking a nap on the other,
She
Reese
probably
decided
did.
it was nap time. Um, yeah, no, I like everything that you listed here, because like I said to you last time, I took your advice. I started using, especially at night with the cleansing and then doing the toning and because I had these things, but I never really did them to be honest. But since now, when I talk to you every week, I'm like, wow, I need to really start doing more of this stuff because it seems like it's really working. And I never really got into it before. But now
Yeah.
that I do, and the moisturizer is a key.
Her-
One of the things that used to bother me though, Kim, is when I would put on, moisturizer on my skin, to me, I don't know if it was blocking my pores or what, but then I would get bumps, like pimples would come out after, you
Well, it
know?
depends what you were using and what. See, that's what I was saying about the ingredients and all.
Hmm.
Um, and here's the thing about it too, Carol. And that's what I was saying going back to seeing a good esthetician that really knows about skin. Now, if you're not a person that likes to go, and it's okay, because I have some people like that too. You can't see an esthetician every month. But going to an esthetician, it's like going to a doctor, and you know what he tell you you're gonna need. You need certain things, whatever. You're not seeing a doctor every month. You know what I
Right,
mean? So, but
right.
it tells you that you're going to need to have some vitamin C, or you need to have this, or you need to have that, or whatever particular thing. Then that's what you're going to, um, you know, have. You're going to use.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
that you know what you're using. That's good. That you know that you need it for your skin, for your
Yeah,
body. When he tells you. So that's the same thing with an esthetician too, as well. So that way, it should tell
gotcha.
you the right appropriate moisturizer or any type of moisturizer or something like that. Then that's something that you want to, um, use to be able to help with your skin. Because a lot of those things out there, I'm going to tell you, consumers like you guys, you get very confused and you start using those things out there. You're not really for sure what it is and everything.
Right, right. Gotcha. Sounds good.
So
Sounds good. This is always great every week when we learn about our skin. Because I got to tell you, I'm learning more now from you in these weekly sessions than even ever before. And sometimes we hear it in passing and we know we've heard it, but if you're not really like sticking to a regiment also, and I think you talked about that before, Kim, if you're not
mhm,
sticking to some sort of regiment, it's not going to work. If one day you just pick up, you know, something, whatever, one of these products or something, and then slap it on your face and you never use it again, you know, are you going to see any results?
exactly.
You know what I wanted to hear a little bit more about too? It sounds very interesting. This strawberry rhubarb treatment. What is that?
Well, that's actually from one of the skincare lines that I use. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a treatment that I use. It has strawberry rhubarb in there. So
Okay.
it's one of the treatments inside the salon doing a process of a treatment. That's all. So it's one of my lactic
Oh,
acid.
okay.
Yeah. So it's just an ingredient. Those are ingredients that's in there, which is not a major
Okay.
antioxidant. That's why you get that brightness to your skin and hydrating.
Okay. Yeah,
I
well, you're doing something right because your skin is always glowing, my dear. So
thank you, love.
you're
Thank you.
doing it right.
I try.
Yes, yes, yes. Your skin looks fabulous. So everybody, the lady knows what she's talking about. So all of you who are within reach of Kimberly's Glam Spa, Kim, don't let me butcher the name of your store. Please remind everybody.
Going. You haven't finished it up yet. Kimberly's Glam Spa.
And Kimberly's Glam Spa and Boutique.
Right. Glam Spa and Boutique. Mhm.
Okay, there you go. See, I didn't want to mess it up. I'm like, I don't want to mess I don't want to mess this up. I want to get it right. Kimberly's Glam Spa and Boutique.
Right.
And if you guys haven't done it yet, I wish I were closer because if I were closer, I'd be up there on you like this, like, yes. So for everybody else who are close by, she knows her stuff. The lady knows what she's talking about. And you just make an appointment to go in and see her, get
Mhm.
your treatments done. You know, she will do them for you. Whatever you need done in terms of I don't want to
Facial,
mess it up again. You go
facial,
ahead, girl. You tell them.
any type of body treatments, anything, you come in, you can come to Kimberly's Glam Spa and Boutique. I'm located in Coral Springs, Florida, 754-281-2763. I do consultations, so I will go over everything with you about your skin. So I do a skin consultation and we speak about what treatment is best for your skin.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh, and check me out on Instagram, Kim's Glam Faces. On Instagram, and Facebook is Kimberly Murphy, but you'll see most of the pictures and work and stuff on the Instagram.
Right. Awesome. Now, Miss Reese, I don't know if you're within the sound of our voices, but if you are, just give us a nod to let us know that you're okay. uh, Reese, are you there? Oh man.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
it seems like Reese has left the building, people. No, no, I'm kidding, but I don't know that she's left the building. I'm just joking about that. But as you all know, I am Carol Tanya, and I am. Thank you, Kimberly, for the amazing segment as usual. Before we jump into the next segment.
You're welcome. You're more than welcome.
That's one of my favorites, so I want to always acknowledge that. Um, I'm Carol Tanya, and this segment that we're going into now is called Lights Action Voiceover. And I am the founder of Lights Action Voiceover. It is a voiceover company, and I am a voiceover artist. And guys, I am so excited about today. So I had some big news that I had told you guys before, and finally today, I did a piece. So again, voiceover is anything that you use for commercials. You use it for so your commercials on television, you commercial on the radio, you hear voiceover in the audio book, whoever that beautiful, wonderful voices that is coming through your speakers, talking to you, reading your book for you. So y'all could just put your feet up and not have to do the work. And somebody like me who have slaved and labored in a hot, sweaty vocal booth so we can do the work for you. And all you have to do is enjoy it. So
Oh Lord.
those those are some types of voiceover. Again, one of the simplest ones that I always like to talk about every week is your voice message system. It's so simple. You can use voicemail as a simple means of advertising, kind of like marketing for your business. And voiceover can do that. You have a professional sounding voicemail that talks about your business and what you do. All right. So when people call you, they don't just hear, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm not available. Thank you for calling." We can dress that up a little bit and make it work for your business. But today, my exciting news I want to share is I had done an amazing artistic piece with a virtual Black and Aborigine museum. So I was the voiceover, I did the promo for the virtual museum. This museum, right now, especially in the pandemic, a lot of people are not actually going to the museum to walk around and this and that, and there's so many rules, but you can still go to the museum from right there on your couch or in your home, wherever you want to sit and enjoy yourself. Just pop on your computer or your phone, etc., and you can get the virtual tours of all of the paintings and the pictures of Black history in there. And it's a very cultural piece that talks about the culture and over 100 years of Black history, a wealth of knowledge in there with different subjects, different artists, etc. And I got a chance to do the voiceover to introduce the museum, guys.
Wow. Go right
Hello,
ahead.
is this thing on? Hello, anybody out there? Hello, hello.
Do you hear me?
I hear you. I'm just
Oh,
teasing you guys because you guys are so quiet. And I'm like, ta-da, here's my big news. And y'all are
I'm
like,
listening to you.
That
so
is huge.
it is big news. I was so excited to
Uh-huh.
do this. And I worked with a virtual photographer and his team in the UK. So I'm here in the US, they're in the UK, and we worked together. I did the voiceover, send it across to them, and they did all that they had to do and put it with their picture. Now, Miss Reese, my selecta lady, you know, you got this thing queued up. I would like to play it for you guys. So you see, so it's been posted today. It's been published today, which is an introduction to the museum. It's on YouTube, and we're going to show it
All right.
for you right now. And we will
You
post the
guys
link as usual. Yes, we can hear you.
are you
And
guys
we'll post the link to this piece so everybody can check out the
all
virtual
right.
museum. We're hearing you. It's not, it hasn't
Okay.
started yet, so I'm just talking because this is Radio Land. We can't have dead air until this thing
All
starts.
right.
So,
I'm starting now. I'm starting it now. So give me a minute. It's all queued up.
okay. If
I
you could open your
unmute
screen.
it. Uh, I just did.
There we
All
go.
right. But I need to unmute it, but it's not. Hold on. All right. We're set. Here we go.
Immerse yourself in another world. Join us in our gallery and learn about critical Black historical movements and events over the last 100 years. And do it through art. Find yourself among the protest marches. Find yourself among the protest murals. Never before have the most crucial paintings to Black history all been in one place. We believe the best way to tackle racism is through education. This is our protest. This is our gallery.
That is
We'll post the link so you guys can go fully check out this virtual museum and hear the vocals and everything for yourself and do your virtual walk around inside the museum. and all of that. But you will hear it better. But I was so excited to have done this virtual museum, and I was so happy because it's a piece of history, you know, and
Mhm.
especially if you are Black and Brown peoples, then this resonates with you. Okay, so I was proud, very proud to have done this work, and so excited.
Congratulations.
That is
Thank
congratulations.
you. Thank you. I'm happy.
That's a virtual gallery.
Yes, it's a virtual art gallery.
Wow.
So you don't have to get up off your couch. You just get on your computer
Have some
and
nice
you
pieces.
get to, huh?
They have some nice pieces. I was looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. You get to go around inside that museum. You click on each one and it opens up and it tells you about each piece and all of that. And then you get to go from room to room exploring the different art and culture.
So you narrate, like, if I open one of the pictures, you're gonna.
No, for now, I did the promo for the gallery.
Okay.
So the rest of it, let's speak it into reality and hope that I'll get to do that part.
A lot of work.
Wow.
Oh, it's a
That's
lot of work.
very nice, Carol.
Yeah.
Thank you, my dear.
Congrats. Many more to come.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for many more to come. And for all of you guys out there, don't think that, oh, I don't know anything about voiceover and I'm never gonna use voiceover. It doesn't have to only be every week. I try to bring you something different to show you a different example of voiceover on this program, how voiceover can be used. And this was the first time I brought you something from like a museum to show you, virtual museum and how voiceover is and can be used with that. And so every week I show you a different form of voiceover just so you can get to understand how all the multiple ways that voiceover can help your business or highlight, like I like to say, highlight your brand or your brand image and reinforce your brand image. All right. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I was so proud to have done that piece of work right there, part of our culture.
Cool,
So
cool.
that's it. So as usual, everybody, if you have voiceover needs, you know who to call. It's Carol Tanya from Lights Action Voiceover. You can go out on YouTube. You can go Facebook. You can go Instagram, LinkedIn. I'm forgetting something, but you go out there on these social platforms and you type in Lights Action Voiceover, and you will see me. You can't miss the, can't miss me because I'm always yippity yappiting talking about voiceover. You can't miss this yippity yappiting.
What you call it?
All right. Yes, you can't miss my amazing voice.
That's
So,
right. It is amazing. It is amazing. It is.
Oh, you guys are kind, so sweet.
Oh, you are. It is for real.
But you reach out to me, everybody who's listening, and let me know what your voiceover needs are. It doesn't matter what type of company you have, we're here for you. Yes, Miss Reese. So now I'm going to turn it over to you to talk about eGirl Friday and all your other amazing announcements, my dear.
Announcement time. I feel like I'm in church. Well, now it's time for church.
Announcement.
Okay, the committee have met. Oh Lord, Jesus, take the wheel.
Mm,
I need help down here. So anyway, as I always state, Eager Friday Work Bar is a um co-sharing workspace for business people, entrepreneurs who want to, you know, concentrate on their business, but they don't have that office space that they can go to, or they don't have enough, they don't go in every day. So that's where I come in. You come into my space, you use my Wi Fi, you drink my coffee, you drink my water. You use all the good stuff, amenities, and Miss Kimberly, she is a frequent person there, so she can tell you the environment there. We have fun. You get to meet with other entrepreneurs. It's like a form of networking too. You meet other entrepreneurs, and you just do your work, whatever you want. You can be around a desk if you want. You can chill on the couch, my chill couch that I have, and you actually can see pictures of the place on www.egirlfridayva.com, and you can just click on work bar and you'll see exactly um how the space looks, and yeah, that's basically it. It's open 7 days a week, 8 to 5, 8 to 6. No, eight. Sorry, 8 to 12. It's open 7 days a week. So I do have membership packages, or you can get a day pass, whatever is more convenient for you. And
8 a.m. to 12 p.m. or what?
12 a.m.
8 a.m. to 12 a.m. Wow,
Yes,
you've got some long hours. Woo.
I may have a booking that want to come in at six in the evening,
Mm-hmm.
client, or do a. And it's not only for co-sharing; it's good for trainings, meetings. If you have a book club, I know it's COVID and everything, but just throwing it out there. We had a horror horror house there the other day for Halloween. The parent didn't want to go out with the kids and do trick or treat, so she invited some of her kids' friends, and they had like a paint party with the horror house. They fixed it up, So it's a multi-use venue space.
Mm-hmm.
It's not only,
Very good.
but you can, as I said, you can do meetings, you can do training. We
You
have a
can do a paint and sip like you mentioned. I like that idea.
we actually have a upcoming reggae and hip hop sip and paint that's going to be there. We have the interactive whiteboard that interacts with some high tech high board that connects to your computer and all that good stuff. So yeah, if you
Wow.
want to come in and check it out, you can. It's at 1515 North University Drive, Suite 115, and it's right in the center. Of course, brings the mall, a lot of restaurants. Everything is right there, and you have access to copy machine, fax machine, everything you have in the office. You just bring your laptop, basically.
Awesome.
Yes. And Kim, tell them, rate me. Do a review on eGirl Friday.
And nice, man. You can come in there and just relax and very peaceful. Everybody just get along, and everything, you know. It's nice. You have nice glass tables, and it's very nice to come in there and just, sit down and do your work and everything. So it is very nice. It's a nice vibe, it's a nice atmosphere, and different
Atmosphere,
little events go on there.
very professional.
Yeah, very professional. That's my main concern.
Very professional. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Exactly. And for the people who want to see those pictures that you were describing and what Kimberly is saying just now, can you give them your website again so people can go actually see for themselves? And what can they find on your website?
Okay, so on my website, it's www.egirlfriday, V as in Victor, A as in Apple.com. And you'll actually see there are two parts to my business, the work bar, and you have the virtual assistant, which I'm a virtual assistant. eGirl Friday virtual assistant, which means I'm an online secretary to business owners who don't want to spend all that money getting an admin support. It's less expensive dealing with a virtual assistant. You cut out sick days, paying overtime, all of that. It works out better for a small business owner who is just starting out. So we do from answering phones to doing reports to doing basic bookkeeping, payroll, interviews, whatever it is a secretary would do. I do it online. So you'll see all those services on the website.
Awesome. Very good. So everybody, please make sure you reach out to E-Girl Friday Work Bar. And
Doesn't
if
matter
you
what
don't want,
industry you are, you can hire a virtual assistant as everybody will know. So you can be in Jersey and you have a business and you need my assistance, I can help you. A lot of competition right now with the American VAs, as we're called, is competing with India, those offshore countries, because they're much more cheaper, right? You can, so we're, I know a lot of US virtual assistants getting a hard time because of our price, but believe me, we whatever price a VA is giving you in the United States, believe me, it's worth it. So
Okay.
yes, ma'am. So
So
that's
there you have it.
my e-girl Friday.
Yes, there
Mhm.
you have it. E-Girl Friday, people. Go check it out. Make sure you call up, get the info, look in the website, and book your space. If you don't want the overhead costs, etc., of renting your own office space, etc.,
Yes.
why? Why do you have to? You've got this gorgeous, beautiful space right there. You just book the time for what you need. If you have a client, you have a safe, professional, gorgeous place to go to that's not going to break the bank
And this,
either.
and a lot of people say, "Oh, I can go to Starbucks and meet." Yeah, you can go to Starbucks and meet, but you don't have the privacy.
Yeah.
You don't have the privacy. And guess what? I offer Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts in my establishment too. So there,
Look at that. In a nice, professional, gorgeous looking atmosphere that you're not worrying about other people bumping into you and spilling their coffee on you.
that's my pitch all the time. You can get Starbucks and Dunkin' Donut and my and even Twinings tea. Okay?
Yeah, I like that. Plus, to me, it depends on the type of business you have.
Yeah.
So if you have certain type of business, you definitely don't want to meet a client at Starbucks, where you can't even get a seat, and you're trying to get a certain level of business.
Right.
You want to bring them somewhere where you can sit down, show them a presentation. Maybe it's a presentation you want to show them. Bring them there and get your presentation done and everything where it's quiet, it's private, and you can do your meeting there,
Right.
and nobody's any wiser about it. This is where you meet rather than going into the hustle and bustle of a Starbucks where people are constantly, and I know because I've been to Starbucks before. Excuse me. And you're moving your chair and you're trying to squeeze over. And then you're sitting there trying to have a private conversation and somebody just comes and sits right next to you. You're like,
Private conversation.
yes.
'Cause everybody's
That
going.
private conversation is out the door.
So that's basically what my spot is.
And your VA services too, because that's key for people who are looking for assistance. And they can't do it all themselves.
All themselves.
There
Yes.
you go. They can hire you to be their virtual assistant from anywhere.
From anywhere.
That's right. So also,
Oh,
now we're done with that piece of business. Again, we want to keep drumming for the sponsorship. We are looking for sponsors. So,
no.
Miss Reese, if you could tell us about that.
Okay, so you see, you notice that she put me for beg, right? She too cute for beg.
That's right, girl. What you talking about?
So basically, that yeah, what we're saying is like to run a radio station, it costs money. It's online. The radio hosts that are on here, we're doing it because we love it. We want something to come out of it. So we're saying that if you like what you hear, and we want your support because we're young, we're growing, and we want our, we want our supporters. If you love what we're doing, you love our shows, just the whole concept that females, running the radio station. We're actually going to put up a link on the website, on My Turn Radio website, um, for a PayPal link. So if you feel generous, maybe you want to give us $5 today and drop it, PayPal us or what? That's what is a PayPal.
Yes,
That's that
the
little button.
PayPal link.
Yeah, the PayPal link. Just to keep us going. As every week we want to come with something different that make you want to keep coming back. You know, excuse me.
Yeah,
So
we bring you a lot of, and that's a great point you just made, Reese. We bring you a lot of great content every week, and we work hard here. We come prepared to the show for you. We have guests that we've researched ahead of time, who are going to talk about those specific topics for you. So they're going to bring you something that you need and something that you can use.
Right. So if you feel like, and also if you feel like you want us to do something different, throw it out there to us. We're open minded. We will take everybody's suggestion, and you never know. You can help us be better. That's what we want. We want our station to be the bomb that people just keep tuning in. You have to start from somewhere. And as I said, if you feel like you have a business and you want to sponsor our show, we have rates that we can, just let us know you're interested in either doing a commercial with our show or sponsoring our show. Let us know. We'll get back to you with our rates and stuff like that. So far, I'm having a hell of a time on this radio station. I don't know if everybody knows, but I have 3 shows. This is my more serious side of me on Wednesdays. I show people that I'm not, yes, I'm fun, but I do have a serious side to me, you know. And then I'm on Saturdays from 6 to 9, where if you that's more music. You want to hear some music and get down feeling music. And then Sundays is a mixture of interviews because I do a lot of interviews with women entrepreneurs. So if you're out there and you have a business and you want to market it, hit me up. I do my interviews on Sundays. Carol can tell you I interviewed her. Kimberly can tell you she nearly took over the show. I had to tell her.
She just got to put us on blast like that, you know?
Just
Not
Gee
just
whiz.
you. She really put me on blast. I
That's
thought,
what I said. She put us on blast like that. I was trying to help you, Kim.
yeah,
but
there's
my
no help for me.
my aim when I interview the ladies is because we have it hard enough already and we have to work double hard. So whatever I can do to encourage another female with their business, market, that's what I do. I love to interview women that have the thing going on. So if you're out there, you want a spot, you want to um have your product out there, let us know. I do my interviews on Sundays because that's more towards the entrepreneurs. So you have 3 shows that you can market your stuff on: Wednesdays, Saturday, and Sundays. So hopefully you guys will just continue to support us. Give us suggestions if you're not liking something, or we could do something different. And another way of you guys supporting us is sending our flyer to your friends and family. Just click that share button and tell them, join them Wednesdays, 3 crazy ladies. Trust me.
Yes.
So
And share this information with, like Reese just said, share the information about our show to your friends, to your families, because that's what it is. We may not know that friend or family, but since you do, just send it right on. And don't forget, everybody, we see that you all, and we thank you so much. You're checking out our full episodes of this show right now is posted onto our YouTube page. So once we're done here every week, we post the episode and people are checking it out. But one of the things that you're forgetting to do is you're forgetting to subscribe to us.
subscribe.
So don't forget to subscribe, because once you hit that subscribe button, it every time we post something, it gives you a notification that, oh, here's the stuff that is out there, so you won't forget to come see the new content that we're putting up.
Yes, yes. So, as once again, we really appreciate your support. The
Mhm.
feedback that we've been getting is saying that our show, they love the content. And I love the fact that we can break it up like the last Wednesday of the month is something easygoing like this. And that's what we want to break the monotony. We don't want to be looked at, oh, they're always serious. Yeah, we're serious because we want to bring you topics that can help.
Yeah.
It may not help you, but it may help somebody else.
Yeah.
Definitely. And
Definitely.
with that said, that fun piece of what we're doing is, that fun topic we want to cover. If you have maybe you're a musician, an aspiring musician, but the work has to be good. You have to be serious about your craft. Okay, like Erica Badu says, yeah, I'm an artist and I'm serious about my work. So you got to be serious about it. All right, we can spotlight you. We would love to spotlight you. We're doing that once a month on this show. Okay, so we're going to be doing that just to have a fun thing every month that we do
Or
besides the heavy content.
you could be a writer. You could whatever it is that you do. Let us know. You in
Reach out to us. Let us know. We want to showcase what you're doing. Like Reese says, we like to support other people.
that's right.
Okay. And whether you're black, brown, blue, purple, whatever, it doesn't matter. We are people.
Yes, everybody needs support, and
Yes.
especially in this time with what's going on and so much negativity and stuff. I feel good when I help somebody, and help doesn't mean financially all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Kim can have a product, and um, it may not work for me, but that don't mean that it won't work for Carol. So that don't mean, oh, because it don't work for me, don't share. Everybody needs their time. Everybody needs,
Exactly.
you know. And talking about that, this Saturday is Black. No, not Black. Lord, this Saturday is Small Business. Um, so we're asking everyone to support small businesses. It's Small Business Day Saturday.
Okay.
So we are asking everyone out there to support the small business. We that have small businesses do not go into business to get rich and to be a millionaire. Well, not for me. Small business people go in because they want to have the flexibility to be with the kids or the flexibility to do what they want to do when they want to do it and still make a living, a decent living, right? So we want to encourage everyone out there. Yes, we know Macy's have the Mac, and we know Clearwell have this, and we know the big people have the what is it, the Victoria's Secret smelly stuff. But there's a small business person out there right now that is making from shea butter, their butter thing, scrub, oil for the hair, whatever, just to go out there to launch themselves. Support because it make a difference. I can't stress enough. I support all my small businesses.
Yeah.
I support some of them too.
Okay.
Well, not all,
Kim,
but support. I
Kim, you
support
make
a lot of businesses.
a whole bunch of noise come from Kim a while ago. And Kim don't even realize.
I said I support, just in case you didn't hear, I support some businesses, some small businesses. I
Yeah.
do. I'm very, when it comes to business, and I was just speaking to another business person as well. And when it comes to business, I'm very, very professional about things. But you have to be, and I was having a small, intimate group with someone, and we spoke about that. And that's the most important thing is being professional. It doesn't matter what color we are, whatever. If you're not a professional, and if you're not doing the right thing, or if I just remotely know that you're not doing the right thing for someone and everything, I will not support. I'm just being straight up honest. But majority of businesses I do support, and that's one thing that I love. And I have spread my name around as far as sending people that I have not even other spas that I may do services, and I still send people or different businesses in general. So I just love to see that we're all customer service is my number one
It has
uh, and it has to be over 100%. And we're not getting it all over. It might be another show from everybody, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm supporting every small business out there, But majority of the business that are doing very well, I am, and my heart goes out to the ones that who've been doing very well and they had to close down. I pray that everything comes back up for them, and I say that I won't. I keep stressing that more than anything and all. And it's very important when we are business owners that we project ourselves and are very respectable and are very professional because it makes a big difference when all of this that's going on right now. Who is the last man standing?
yep.
You know. So I do support and my heart goes out and everything. And I would do all the support and give the support. I have supported people that don't even know me and I've sent people to them and they have no idea who I am. But because I did research on them and my clients believe in me, that's why I supported them. So we have to stay professional, we have to stay real. And if we want that business, people to give us that business, we got to make sure that our clients, our customers, our patients, whatever we have, we put them number one, past 100%, 110%, because that's what I believe in, because we can do it. And that way you could be supported. Thank you.
All right. That's my two.
Yes.
The support the small businesses because we want to make money too. How you think Apple came out? How you think Steve Jobs got big and Amazon and all? They started small, They started out of their garage
Hmm.
Yeah.
and people, so we just and Tommy Hilfiger and all of those. They started small, so we need our people to support us. And Kim said raised a good point. Custom. Let me tell you, you could have the best product out there, but if your customer service suck, trust
That's it.
will like
And how would you like me to send the person to you? I'm not going to just because, and I'm not bringing this up, I'm not going to send them because you're a small business or you're black or you're white or whatever. It's not going to do that. If I know that Kara has a great service and she says, oh, and I said, you know what? Oh, Kimberly, because people come to me all the time. Do you know who I can go to? I said, yeah, I have somebody. Let me give them a call. She's absolutely amazing. She's great with whatever. You want that. I don't want to come to mind and everything like that. Oh God, Carol's one of those people, rip those people off. She's this or whatever and everything. But Carol's a small business that probably needs the income or whatever. But the thing about it, I'm not going to send them to Carol because that's
Right.
not good service for me to send somebody to Carol when Carol is not actually giving that good service. So, example, I had that happen to me. Someone from another bigger salon who has an esthetician in there, their esthetician they weren't wasn't in there. Let me recommend you. They called me up, the owner of that salon, and said, "Listen, I have somebody. Is there any way you can get that person in? I thought about you, Kim." I said, "Oh my God, let me get Kim. She's amazing. She's great with this and whatever and everything." I said, "Oh yeah, definitely send them." Well, guess what happened? They came to me. Now, guess what? That person, I am a makeup artist. This person that they sent me and all says, "Oh gosh, Kim," she says, "I need to get my makeup done." Now, could I have gotten done the makeup even though I don't do it actually here? All she had to do is give it to me and I can give it to her. But guess what I did? Called another small business, girl that has a small business, called her up. She charges a lot more than what I do. And I told her, I said, you know what? You do amazing work. You're awesome and everything. I have a client for you. Are you able to do it for tomorrow? Yes, Kimberly. We passed that all around. See what I'm talking about? So everybody supporting someone and everything. And she charges $70 more than what I charge. But that wasn't the point. I said, I knew that, but sent to the lady. And then I called the lady back in another week and say, how was everything? And all that. She goes, everybody that I get from hair to skincare to makeup, the entire team from three different businesses were amazing. You guys were great. I would always come to you guys. That is good customer service. And that's the only way that I will support a small business because I want them to feel the same way about me too as well. It's very important. Our clients, we have to know that our clients mean more to us because if we have a business and we're standing there and if we don't have good clients, we and people that support our business, we will not make the money and will not be able to take care of the things. And that's one thing that we need to learn how to do. So if you have a small business, you better put out 110% in order for me to send it out. Because I know that I do. Listen, people, that's just the way it
Yeah.
goes. That's it. It is what it
Yeah.
is.
You don't just start up a business and say, okay, I have a business. Come on in now.
That's it.
Come buy
That's
from me.
that's it.
No, you've got to nurture relationships. You've got to build, you've got to develop, and then not just develop those relationships either. You've got to nurture them so that
That's,
they can come back and keep coming to you. And that's
that's
where the great customer service comes in.
That's where exactly, because you want them to have that word of mouth that says, "Oh my God, let me just explain to you. I went to Kimberly, or I went to Carol, and everything, or I
Yeah.
went to Reese, and the most I had the most amazing experience and everything like that. You should go there too." So those are the things that you want to. And I like to know about small businesses that are doing very, very well so I can send them. There was a girl that had African clothing. I had some nice African things that I purchased from them. Someone saw me with the blouse on. What happened? I said, you know where you can find her? And she's a small African business. I said, let me call her and I'll tell you. And it went on, they went and bought several clothing pieces from her. So supporting, and I don't sell those items. You see what I'm saying? So supporting
Right.
other businesses, I know for a fact I do, but I do have to know the customer service experience. The customer service has to be on point. I'm not going to do it because you're the same color as me or whatever. It's not going to work like that. It doesn't work for me like that. So I have to know that you're giving out that good service. It's very important. It means a lot. I'm an old veteran when it comes to customer service. I'm not one of these people. Okay, my time is Carol has an appointment with me at 9 o'clock and I pop up at 11 o'clock. No, I then think because, oh, but you know what, or I'm sleeping all the time because I feel like getting up when I feel like I want because I own my own business. Forget it. I would never open my mouth about it. That's just how I am. And I wouldn't want anybody to do that, if I behave that kind of way too as well. You know what I mean? So let's right. Reese's right. Let's support the ones who out there who's really, like I said, I'm gonna add that part to it, who's giving 110% customer service to these clients that need it. Because right now, this is the COVID time. We need to really step our game up. Our small businesses need to step our game up because we don't want the big business to smash us. But this is the time that now people need the small businesses. We need the support, but we definitely want to give them that good customer service.
Yep. Okay. And that's what Kim says.
What she said. Yeah, what she said.
Ah,
The
so,
truth is the truth. That's what I
so
said.
tomorrow is Turkey Day. Tomorrow is Turkey Day. Are you guys cooking?
Yes, I am. I'm the volunteer person. That's why I gotta hurry up and get out of here.
Well, I'm not. I'm just making something simple. I'm not really a Thanksgiving person, so Christmas is more me. Thanksgiving, I'm just just for the holiday, whatever. But yeah, a little cooking here there. I'm not working tomorrow. I'm taking the day. I'm gonna read, finish doing my scrapbooking that I'm doing, and
Oh,
Hmm.
you and your scrapbooking.
yes, that's gonna be relaxed.
Wow.
I know it's
Well,
you know
that's not going to be doing your scrapbooking. I will be working tomorrow morning because every year I work on Thanksgiving and I only work up in the morning time. So I come in super early, like 9 o'clock.
you're working.
Anyway, yeah, man, I have two clients tomorrow.
Okay, good for you.
So it's still good to go home and know some make money that day there, and then I go home and then I have to go work again and go cook. Can you believe that? Lord Jesus.
Well, I'm just
And
gonna.
then Friday, forget it. I just had to turn down some people because I'm in lockdown Friday. I'm in lockdown Saturday. So that's a done deal.
That's a blessing.
That's a sure
That
is a
is a blessing.
Blessing. Now you have to turn away clients.
I
yeah, man.
know, right?
Well, I
That's
turned
almost unheard of today in these COVID
day
times.
for that day.
Yeah, but
Not for that day, just for that day. I can't put anybody else on. I'm done. 9 o'clock in the morning, I'll be in and straight back to like 8 o'clock that night, Friday, and then
doing,
same thing Saturday. So yeah, it is a blessing. It is.
what are you doing, Carol? You cooking?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely not.
All right. Well, I want everybody out there in the radio land to enjoy their Thanksgiving tomorrow. I know it's Black Friday, so it's gonna. I've never done Black Friday. Don't intend to do Black Friday, but I'm curious to see what this year Black Friday if people really gonna go out there, because you know that there
No,
was.
I don't think people are going out because it's just not safe. And some states are kind of really the restrictions, like I told you ladies, are back on, especially up here in the north, New York, New Jersey area. So that stuff, they're not doing any of
Black
that.
Friday.
Huh?
They're doing Black Friday, but some of them are doing it
They're
online.
doing it online. So nobody's gonna be all
I'm not.
lined up at the stores like they used to have this mad rush and this madness. That's not
But,
permitted anymore.
but here's the thing. What they did that I thought was pretty cool too. They started Black Friday a little bit early. Black Friday been going on for a while now, just so you know that. So about 2 3 weeks with some of the stores. So if you're a smart person and you love Black Friday deals, because I'm the person as a Black Friday girl and I love the Black Friday deals. I even text Reese and told her that BrandsMart was off the chain with things, and I went ridiculous. And with a basket, who has a basket in Blum? But I did. Okay, so you couldn't pass on. I said, "Oh God, I shouldn't have been spending the money I'm supposed to. This is my saving money." But you can't pass deals off on good things that $150 they drop it down for $30, $39, or 30 something dollars. There's no way that I can walk out of the store with it. That's
And
crazy.
I let her stay right up in the store by herself because I was not gonna get caught up with Kim.
So I got some
Mm.
good stuff. I didn't turn the second part of my salon into a kitchen with buying all the stuff that I have. So I was laughing too. I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, have mercy." But anyway, it was nice. It was a good deal. That's the only time because I know that I will not be out in the stores and doing that kind of Black Friday stuff. So I'm out of that. And again, with the Thanksgiving, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. The only thing about it, it's a great time. The reason why I'm just cooking food, I'm looking at it as just cooking food like regular on Sunday and everything, and just hanging out with my family. So I'm not a holiday person either, and definitely we don't celebrate Christmas and everything like that. So the same thing. That's my mom's birthday on Christmas. I go there and tell her I love her and glad to see that she's alive, and I will cook dinner for her and everything because she loves when I cook, and that's how it is. But we don't celebrate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So everybody out there, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for listening to Let's
Please be safe.
Say.
traveling because there's a lot of people traveling by plane and they're telling them to stay home, but people not listening. So if you can't stay home, wear a mask and be safe out there.
Well, they
And
were also saying, sorry, Risa, but they were also saying that, I'm glad you brought that up. They were also talking about they're getting nervous now because a lot of families are flying in to see families.
Yeah.
And that's
And a lot
another,
of the kids are coming in from school as well. And a lot of these colleges and stuff, they had cases of COVID that broke out. So, and they're
yeah,
coming home.
yeah, they think it's going to be really, really bad.
and then
So,
trying to tell people don't have. That's why Thanksgiving sucks for me this year because normally I go to my grandma. I'm not gonna go to her to see it. Just it just really sucks. So
Yeah.
hopefully we
well,
can.
you have a family. I know you miss your grandmother, you could Zoom her and everything like that, but you do have a family. It's different if you didn't have one.
Yeah.
You have kids and you could be right there with them, cook a nice dinner for them, and you guys watch TV together and everything. That's the same thing I'm going to do. My father's not here. I can't, that's something I'm going to miss this year because my father passed away. So I won't be able to see my father. I could be with my mom. So I'm just, like I said, just a regular cooking, and at least I'm with someone. I don't have any kids. So I'm going to be there with my family and just cook like normal. I'm not calling it Thanksgiving. I'm thankful 365 for everybody. That's it in life myself.
Right.
That's
I'm thankful every single day, every day. This is how I live my life. This is
just
how I am with my family. It's every single day. So
that's
this,
it.
I'm not doing anything different from what I normally do on a daily basis. So
Exactly. Same thing.
Because it's 6 o'clock and we have another Valencia is coming on next on My Turn Radio. So we want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and stay safe out there.
and everybody, this is Let's Connect. As usual, we love you. We will be back next Wednesday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. So please come on back and join us. Okay. We want you to be with us. We want to hear from you. We are Let's Connect, the show where you find
More compassion.
more empathy.
And less judgment.
Bye,
You
guys.
got it, everybody. Bye bye.